Hello everyone! We are live with our first episode of MouseGuard for our mini monthly modules or campaigns. We've got our fantastic little mouse crew here with adorable little mousy pictures. And that's all thanks to the wonderful Ethan, Super Robot Bear. So, yeah, let's just go around to say who we are, who we're gonna be playing, and we'll start with our wonderful DM, or Game Mouster.
Game Mouster. Hi, I'm Ethan. You can find me at Super Robot Bear on the Twitter. Welcome to my sort of AU canonized MouseGuard world, where if you've seen me run other MouseGuard, it's in the same setting. But if you've seen other people run MouseGuard, it's not in the same setting. Well, it's in the same setting, but like 100 years later, and some weird stuff has happened.
Excellent. So, excellent Game Master. I'm Linda's my channel. I'm playing Patches. She's a happy little mouse. She's very bold, very adventurous, fearless even, but she gets lost kind of easy. And so she may have aspirations of being a pirate one day. We'll find out. So, stay tuned. And below me we've got Chester Mouse.
Hi, I am Deception Check. I'm playing Chester, the Old Fur Guide. I have no idea what I'm doing, so I'm looking forward to this entire adventure because this is going to be a lot of fun. So yeah, thanks.
Excellent. And right next to Chester we've got Cookie.
Hello, I'm Cookie, Shiny Pilot 206 on Twitter, and I'm going to be playing Cookie. And Cookie is a fun little happy, jolly baker mouse. Look forward to delving into this, as this is a game I wanted to play for a long time. So I'm excited.
My favorite part of that is you're real excited to play MouseGuard, a game about mice with swords, and you made a baker because it's a game that lets you do that, right? Like,
Yeah.
You don't often get to be an adventuring baker.
I mean, why not?
No, I mean,
I've never been a baker in anything else, so why not?
I made almost the same exact decision the first time I played MouseGuard, so.
Sweet, great minds.
Yeah. So, are we ready?
I was born ready.
Are you ready to step into the tiny shoes of mice who don't wear shoes?
Yes.
Tiny shoes of mice.
My little tiny cloak.
All right. So, the three of you have been gathered to the mayor's office. The mayor kind of acts as the mayor, the person who runs the local farm, the librarian. He's got a lot of jobs. You're in a very small town. He wears many hats. In that, he wears exactly one hat, and it's very big. It's almost as big as he is.
Okay.
So you guys kind of walk into his office, and there's papers everywhere, and he's got like almanacs and other sort of like business detritus. And he's like, "Oh yes, the ranges. How do you do?"
Cookie's gonna grab his baker's floppy hat and flourish and bow with a big old smile on his face, his belly jiggling a little bit with his little furry belly. And he's gonna be like, "Yes, oh, Mayor, it's so good to see you. I'm doing great today. It's been a fantastic evening and been a wonderful past month or so of baking and prepping for our family's new delicatessen. We're making a very special treat, and I will make sure I come by and give you the first sample possible. It's going to be peanut based. I hope you're not allergic to it, but I hope you like it."
I am quite excited for all your new bakeries.
Oh, me too. And he's gonna like hold his belly and like pat it, a little jiggle to it.
How about you, Chester? How have you been? I haven't seen you in quite a while.
I'm kind of straightens his scarf a little bit. He's like, "Yeah, it's much too early in the morning for me. I really hope this is important. I mean, it's good to see you, I know, but I'm a night mouse."
It's quite important, and in fact, it's quite in your wheelhouse, as it were.
Oh, interesting. Well, I'm all ears, as they say.
I have yet to see a mouse who is actually literally all ears, but
Well, it's a figure of speech. Never mind. It's fine.
Okay. Patches, how has your training been going?
Awesome!
Perfect. I like a young mouse with enthusiasm and not much to say.
It's been going great. I have so much to say. I'd be standing here all day to tell you about it. I've been training. I've been doing like push-ups every morning, and I've been practicing with my hook and line. And I'll like try to like hook something in the office and like whoosh, and bring it over to me.
Roll me. This is not part of like normal rules. I just want to see how well you do.
Okay.
Roll me your nature real quick.
My nature.
So,
Oh, okay.
You have a nature of 4, I believe.
Yep.
So roll me the 4 dice.
Yep.
And if you get above a 2.
I missed the R. There we go. Oh no, I got a 1.
You grab a big stack of books and they just go fluttering everywhere.
Cookie's like, oh.
Oh dear, no! I had just categorized those by date and month and color.
Oh, it's no problem. The little sprite didn't mean anything, and then Cookie moves
It
40.
usually turns out better than that.
No, you guys, I can't ask you to handle all this. You have a very important mission.
Oh, like Cookie stops like mid-paper, like putting it in his paw, looking at him like, what?
Something has happened in the road towards. I need to look at a map. Thistledown, which is one of the neighboring towns to you guys. If you look at the map.
Point it now.
Pulling up the map. Yeah.
A great log has fallen across the road that we normally use, and quite frankly, it's in the way. And we don't have the time to cut it down, as it were, to make a path through it. So what we need you to do is, 1, you must blaze a new trail around the tree to Thistledown.
Chester's smiling now.
Right.
Second, because you're going there anyway, I have this large bag of mail for you. And you kind of like, boom, it's this big bag of mail.
That's going to make this quite difficult. Blazing a new trail is a very important job, and I have to change the maps, and cartography is a side job of mine. My parents taught me all they know, and this is really important. Passing along mail is well. Are you sure?
Cookie's gonna walk over to Chester, like gently, like jolly slap him on the chest, like, "Oh, where's your sense of adventure, man? It'll be a great time."
Yes, blazing a new trail is quite important, but mail delivery is quite unusual.
Oh, Poppycut, I'll handle the mail, and Cookie's gonna
So we
like.
get to like give people
Chubby grab
their
over.
stuff. We need to like, here's a package.
I should mention, you guys are rangers. Mail delivery is actually a very important part of your guys' job.
Okay.
That's just part of being a ranger. The ranger they're a mixture between like the post office and forest rangers.
Perfect.
And
Okay.
All right.
they do some like
I won't get them all switched up this time.
some like protection duties sometimes on like caravans that are carrying valuables and stuff, but
Chester's still dismissive.
Yeah.
He thinks blazing the trail is much more important.
it's very important.
Cookie's gonna grab the mail bag from the mail
Yeah.
room, over the shoulder with it,
Yeah. All right, jolly good. And if you have no other preparations to make, I suggest that you get blazing.
Yeah, let's blaze the trail.
Is there a time limit for this completion? I mean, are we needing it by like as soon as possible, or by like next Wednesday, or?
I trust your judgment. I'm not a ranger myself. This is
We shall do it as fast as possible. Just wanted to see if there's anything that'll spoil in here. You know how sweets and cakes are sometimes.
Oh, I actually don't know what's quite in there. I don't check other people's mail.
Oh, that's fair.
That would be horrible.
Yes, that is quite against my policy as being an upright citizen.
Yep.
Well, we shall deliver this mail forthwith. Come on, chaps. Come on.
All right, let's go.
Patches, no more grabbing stuff.
I'm not grabbing anything. I got my hook on my belt.
Cookie then is gonna want to just start heading out the door and wait for Chester and Patches and be like, "Come on."
All right.
Chester follows behind Patches after a little bit. It just kind of like sighs, like tender pause.
You guys kind of step out. It is the middle of summer. Like, it's actually a very pleasant day. The sun's shining, but the shade's still nice and cool. There's still a little, like, because you're in town, there's like a cool moisture about it because of certain things. You can hear, the bugs buzzing high above you in the trees. It's a good day for travel.
Oh, what a beautiful day. Quick question then. Do we already have like packs prepared, or do we need to go through the process of getting gear, provisions, etc.? Or
So mice don't typically carry much with them.
okay.
They're not built for like backpacking, as it were. If you're out in the wilds for a longer trip, because this will take you probably 2 to 3 days. Because you have to normally it'd take 1 to 2, but you're making a new trail,
Yeah.
and carrying mail. But as you're out there, typically how mice kind of like feed themselves is they just scavenge and harvest,
Okay.
right? They collect seeds. It doesn't take too much to feed a mouse,
Yeah.
right? So your equipment, the things that you have on your list, are the things you're carrying with you.
Okay.
You have nothing else.
Got it.
Right.
I'm reading my stuff. So okay. Perfect.
Yeah. This is also a good point. We're gonna kind of stop the narrative real quick, and we're gonna go to I call them the bigs. They're your beliefs, your instincts, and your goals. So I want you to go ahead and state your belief, your instinct, and then we'll talk about what your goal is. And we can go around the table. We'll start with Cookie, because
Okay.
you're taking point.
Cookie, his belief is that nobody should ever be hungry. His instinct, I always have to sample new foods and drinks.
All right. And then we need to come up with a goal. A goal is what you would like to do this session. A goal could, like, examples would be, you want to see the mail delivered. You want to make sure the map is is an accurate map. Or it could be something completely unrelated to the mission, like you want to teach Patches a lesson.
Yeah. Yeah. Cookie, I think his goal then for this session will be to get the mail delivered. That'd be a good, straightforward, easy start for me, and it makes sense for it too, because I'll grab the mail bag and let's go. So I'll start with that.
Sounds like a plan. Something else I didn't mention, you guys should all have one fate and one persona, which is in the top right of the sheet.
Okay.
The reason why these beliefs, instincts, and goals are important is because if you meet them during a session, at the end of the session, we go over them, and you will be awarded fate and persona for meeting those, or for meeting your bigs, basically, along with some other things. So feel free to spend them. You get more every session, but it is a resource.
Perfect.
All right. How about you, Chester?
Chester's belief is the best paths are those we haven't walked yet. So he's very excited. His instinct is I never stray from the trail.
Ooh, you can be doing that.
So
Blazing a new one.
goal is probably to make the best map to Thistledown possible.
All right.
Patches.
And Patches.
Yeah. Patches' belief is adventure is out there. And her instinct is never run away from an exciting moment.
That's gonna be so good. Just for me as a GM, I'm gonna abuse that so much.
I think this is so bad. I think her goal is to be to snoop through the mail.
Saw that
Excellent.
coming. Totally saw that coming when never go through the mail.
Me as a player, I instantly want to be like, nope, snitch that nail, but nope, Cookie doesn't know that, so okay.
Yeah. And that is a very interesting thing to note about this game in particular is that you want to encourage your other mice to have those narrative moments to allow that goal to be completed. Right? Because there's a reward for that player if they complete their goal. So if you know about that goal, you can like play into it a little bit, right? This game is very much about knowing meta and how it works and creating a better story with it. Like in the book, it states if everything goes right, it's a very boring game.
So Chester's going to have a long conversation with Cookie at some point, leaving the mail by itself.
Right, and that's something you should think about. This is a game about creating a interesting story.
Chaos.
Not chaos. You want to be able to salvage things at the end.
Just a sprinkling of chaos.
I didn't say steal the mail, I just said snoop through the mail. So,
Right.
You know, it's fine.
What if you find something interesting?
Well, then I keep in mind who that mail's going to for later.
Like, I'll cross that bridge when I come to it.
Of course.
Yes.
All right. So everyone's got your bigs?
Yep.
All right.
Yep. And we just have one giant mailbag, right?
You got one big old mailbag.
One big old mailbag. Yeah.
Yeah.
All
With
right.
all the mail that needs to go to that town.
Then
Mail's not delivered consistently, so it kind of builds up. And when it builds up,
Mm-hmm.
that's when you go deliver it. It just turned out this just kind of mashed together.
okay.
Um,
Then I think Cookie then will corral the friends, and I guess we're ready to head off if there's no provisionings that need to be grabbed since we got our gear. So hey, let's go on that path.
all right. So this is going to lead to our first part of the DM phase or the GM phase. So how this game works is there's two phases. One is the GM phase. That's my phase. That's when I get to dictate the story. You will do the things that I tell you, and sometimes offer like, well, can we do this instead? And then I can say yes or no. It's very much to set the scene. It's not like I will control your characters. It's more to introduce conflicts and create interesting moments for you guys. During the GM's phase, it's very important to earn something called checks. Checks are what are the unit that you use in the player's phase to tell your own story. And I will explain how that works in just a second. But keep that in mind. Like I said, there's a lot of weird playing with the meta in this game.
Okay.
So, you guys need to blaze a trail. You have a trail that you can follow most of the way. That's very easy. It's a very obvious path. I should mention the other thing that you've been given are little stakes with a red flag on it.
I love
To
this.
help you blaze a trail as you go along.
Mm-hmm. Patches feels like she's marking treasure.
Okay, so you have the stakes.
Yes. Oh, Patches definitely has the stakes.
All the stakes
She's
are-
ready.
All right. So, what I need is from who is blazing this trail.
Chester.
All right, Chester. I'm going to ask you to make me a roll. I'm going to tell you what the difficulty is. In this case, it's 5.
Oh, okay.
That means you need 5 successes in order to pass this test. You can get help from your friends.
Okay.
For each friend who helps with a relevant skill, you gain a +1 dice. If you have any useful equipment in this situation, which you currently do not, you would also get another +1.
Okay.
You can try to use one of your traits for you to gain +1 dice, but you can only use that once per session, per trait. Or you can give yourself a -1 dice in order to earn a check.
Okay. So I can give myself a minus dice, but I can also involve my friend, so I can still try and succeed, but take a bit of a disadvantage.
Yes. Now, the other thing to note is if you fail, this is a very fail-forward game. You will still succeed, but there will be some complications. There are two kinds of complications. There are twists, which basically is another challenge that I set forward. Or there's conditions. If people help you in a check you fail and you gain a condition, they also get conditions. But if they do not help, they do not get conditions.
Okay. So they have a choice.
Yes, they can choose to help you.
Okay.
Can we help with abilities, or can we involve traits as well?
You either want to use your skills
Okay.
or wises if they're
Or
relevant.
wises. Okay.
Not traits.
Gotcha.
Okay.
Traits
And-
are used for and against the act. Like, if you want to make the -1 dice against you, you have to invoke one of your
Gotcha.
traits.
Okie dokie. Cool. Let's see.
So,
I
let's
can
see, okay.
I can help with that maybe.
Now, do I choose one skill or can I use multiple skills?
you use one skill.
One skill. Okay.
And the one that because I declare which one I want it to be,
Of course. Okay.
it's going to be Pathfinder.
Okay.
You can offer, like, but if I want to do this instead, can I use this skill? You can do that.
Okay.
But
Pathfinder's fine.
Pathfinder's the one that makes sense.
Yeah. No, it makes sense there.
It's also your best skill.
I
is.
would like to help blaze this trail as I've got the flags.
Right. And I like your enthusiasm.
My enthusiasm. So exciting.
Cookie's in the back sweating, and he takes his chef's apron and wipes it to get the sweat. There's a little bit of smear of like baking flour.
Powder flour.
Do you mice sweat?
That's a good question.
Google.
Cookie does. It's mostly lard.
Cookie
It's
does.
mostly lard. Oh no.
Yes, Cookie does.
Fun fact, I just looked it up. They don't sweat.
They
Oh.
They're just wetlands. They're like dogs.
I
in that
guess
way.
you just pant a lot. You're like,
You can't tell if it's because he's overweight or it's because it's hot outside. He's just
poor chubby mouse.
his chubby belly is moving up and down.
You can do the apron thing where you're like fanning yourself.
Yeah. He sits there like each flick of the end is like a poof of flour coming out of there.
All right, so, can I use? I don't know. I don't have any. I'm a hunter. I'm a fighter. Ooh, can I use laborer? Is like because I'm putting all these flags in wherever Chester tells
You
me
could be
to.
like pushing branches out of the
Yeah.
way and
Helping him out with my young enthusiasm.
With line of sight.
My young mouse enthusiasm.
yeah, that works perfectly.
Okay, so yeah.
So you'll gain +1 dice. And are you helping in any way, Cookie?
Cookie's in the back cheering them on.
Okay.
All right.
That's not really. So you're not helping.
No, not helping. Cookie's having
And
a
that-
hard time walking, okay?
And like I said, that's perfectly fine because if you do fail and there's a condition, you won't get the condition.
Mm-hmm.
And then I use a trait to take a -1 for a check.
Yes. So you need to
Okay.
declare which trait that is.
I'm going to use suspicious.
Okay. So explain to me why suspicious is making it more difficult for you.
I'm appreciative of Patch's assistance, but I'm suspicious of her ability to follow directions because she keeps looking at the bag of mail and keeps looking at everything on each side of the trail instead of what I'm like.
I wander off a couple
"You
times
just-
because I get
no,
lost
back
easy.
over here. Oh, that limb, not that one over there. No. Patches.
I am known for getting
Okay.
lost, so maybe I'm not the best person to play this
So
game.
you
He's
you are
appreciative.
basically doing double the work because not only are you doing the work that Patches should be doing, but
Right.
also keeping Patches on the trail.
Yes.
Okay.
I'm
really
helping!
happy she's helping, but I don't know how much help it really. No, not the stake there.
Oh, sorry. Over
no.
here?
Let him go to this. No, yes, right.
Okay.
Thank you.
All right. Right.
Thank you, Patches. You're really helping.
Cookie's just grinning.
Don't I know it?
He looks back over his shoulder at Cookie and just shakes his head sadly.
Cookie's like,
You're doing important work. You're carrying the mail.
yep.
So that is going to be exactly 5 dice.
Yeah.
So let's hope for a good roll.
One more thing.
Okay.
You can spend a persona to add an additional dice,
Okay.
or after you've rolled, you can spend, if you have any 6s, so if it displays a green axe,
Mm-hmm.
you can spend fate and explode those and roll as many as you had those.
Okay, you said a persona?
Persona, yeah.
We have 1 fate, 1 persona.
Oh,
Yes.
okay. All right. No, we'll go with the 5 for right now.
Okay.
To
Roll.
see how it goes. And so 2.
So you get 2 successes and no 6s, so you can't explode anything.
Right.
All right. Excellent. So you guys are kind of, making this trail because you guys saw the stump that, or the fallen tree that was in the way of the road. It's huge. It's a huge tree. And you're kind of getting closer to the part of the tree that would turn into all the branches.
Mm-hmm.
When you hear something in the leaves of that tree,
Oh.
you hear a hee hee.
Patches, was that you?
No, but I run over towards it.
Wait! Not off the trail!
And Patches, as you're running towards it, something comes flying out of the tree directly at you,
Uh-huh.
lays you completely flat. Rushes over and jumps off of basically it jumps on you and then uses you as a springboard. So you actually go face first because it landed on your shoulders and then and it tackles Cookie and you guys go spinning and mail starts floating everywhere.
Yes. Yes.
And-
A little puff of powder.
Little puff of,
And
little
as-
puff of flour.
And you're left behind and let's say a foot or maybe a foot away is a squirrel holding the mailbag
Oh
and goes hee hee.
no! Drop that! Drop it! That's not yours! Drop that! Drop that right now!
That's our mail!
Gonna go. And it zips off.
I throw my hook, but it falls way short to try to get him, because I'm on the ground.
Can Cookie start scrambling with his chubby belly flopping around? He's going oh, he's gonna get up and then start trying to run after him.
Sure can, and that's what we're gonna be entering is something called a conflict.
Ooh.
Okay.
Conflict. So, the previous thing was called a test, which is just a simple we roll dice once, one and done.
Okay.
Conflicts are a little more complex. They involve multiple rolls. They involve this whole board thing that we have. As you can see here, and I'm gonna add our squirrel to the lair. Wait. Oh, cool. We're gonna play him as well.
He's so cute.
Squirrels are a little bit bigger than mice, so there's no surprise that he was able to tackle you, and
Yeah.
there's some stuff going on. And what we're entering is called a chase conflict. So every conflict has different, there's different rules for each or not. They're all the same rules, but they use different skills.
Mhm.
Okay.
So how we start each conflict is we are going to declare captains. So who is leading the charge? It sounded like it was Cookie.
Cookie's leading the charge. Unless you guys want to
No,
beat you.
it's Cookie.
Okay.
All right.
So Cookie,
Okay.
what I need you to do is roll me your scout score.
Scout.
Ooh.
Okay, it's 3, so I'll roll 3. 3T.
And I
Have to do dice in the bracket, right?
I need to figure out how to make this into a macro that actually works properly, but so far nothing has come up.
I'm gonna copy and paste so I can have it ready.
Conflict.
Okay.
Ooh, I rolled really bad. So did you though, so
yeah,
we're
I was
fine.
gonna say,
So you're gonna take that number that you rolled and add that to your health or your nature, whichever is higher.
add it. Okay.
So what is your health at?
Health. Scrolling. I apologize. Where would I need to find that? Would that actually be down under the skills?
It'd probably be towards the top.
It's near the top. It's abilities.
Abilities.
I think you have 3.
I think I do too. I'm lost on my sheet trying
3
to
or
find
4.
it. Health is 5.
Oh.
Okay.
Cheers,
So
3.
you are going to also have. I threw a number in this little bowl here. I'm still working on making that look even cooler.
Okay.
You have 6 disposition. So does the squirrel. Disposition is your team's health in the fight. You all share this health total.
Okay.
Now that we've rolled dispositions, you need a goal. What is your goal in this conflict?
To get the mail back.
All right, go ahead and someone write that down like on the lower
Yeah, I
part of
can
the
do
board.
that for sure.
All right. And the squirrel's goal is to find out what smells good in this mailbox.
Why didn't I bring my spare cookies with me?
Boom.
This is a very interesting system. I like how this works.
I love the conflict system because I like the idea of goals because
Yeah, that's neat.
in like a fight, your goals usually I wish to beat the other guy,
Yeah.
right? And so in things like D&D, you don't need to declare what those goals are. But as soon as you start making conflict resolution that isn't just fights, as soon as you add things like chases or negotiations or there's a whole list of them. If you look at like conflicts disposition, those are all the different kinds of conflicts you can have, including a category called other for anything else.
Cool.
So because this is a chase, we can go to conflict actions.
Okay.
For attacking and maneuvers, it will be scout, and for defend and feints will be pathfinder. So find out what your scout and pathfinder are right now. This should be for everybody.
Uh-oh.
These are 2 numbers you should know for this conflict.
Real
If
good
you
at
do not-
hunting.
You're not trying to hunt it.
Yeah.
Well, Once we have it, do we have to
0 and
declare it or just keep it? in mind?
0.
That's just a number you're going to need for.
Add them together or just know
No.
the 2 separate?
Just know the 2, because if
Okay.
you're going to use one of the actions,
Okay.
because now what you do is first I am going to choose 3 conflict cards and put them on my 1, 2, and 3 slot.
Okay.
How to think about this is these are things that you are doing to try to gain your goal.
Mhm.
So if you're an attacking, you are trying to get your mail back.
Got it.
Right? Because that is the most direct way to getting your goal. So you're chasing after them, you're running, you're trying to catch up, you're
Got
trying to get the mail back. If you're defending, you're hindering their goal.
Got it.
If you're feinting, you're doing something tricky to get your mail back. And if you maneuver, you're trying to set someone else up for getting the mail back or hindering the opponent,
Okay.
if that makes any sense. So, and when they attack, they're going to be trying to gain ground and find out what's in the bag. If they're defending, they're trying to, get away from you further. That sort of thing. So I'm going to choose my 3 cards real quick.
Okay.
Because that is what I do. Then you guys discuss and choose your actions as well. Now, since there's 3 of you, you each get 1 slot.
Mhm.
Okay.
And you can choose, the conflict captain can decide which order you guys go in.
Okay.
So you can
Does-
either leave it as is, or you can move. You guys should all be able to move these tokens around.
Does distance matter to the point in question, kind of like in D&D where you have to have a range to the target, or no? Okay.
This is all narrative.
Okay.
We are in the theater of the mind.
Yes, got it. Okay, then for you guys looking at my cards and stats for Scout and Pathfinder, I have a 3 to my Scout and a 0 to Pathfinder. So I would have a bonus for maneuver and attack. So I could grab one of those cards and throw it down for mine. Do you guys have any bonuses?
Uh,
0.
I have 5 for Pathfinder
Wow.
and 2 for Scout.
Okay.
This is definitely a game to play to your strengths.
Yes.
Mhm.
Okay. What are you thinking then, Frank? Are you wanting defend and feint? Do you want both? Do you want one?
Definitely defend to try and keep the squirrel out of the bag.
Okay, then
And
if you'll get a feint, maybe I should get an attack to try and get it from him.
okay,
Understanding the game right, like would an attack be to damage? The point is not to necessarily damage the squirrel in this theater. The mind is to attack and get the thing back.
Get them back.
Yeah, like I said, attacking is the object. It's the most direct way to your goal.
Okay, then
Your goal is to get the mail back. So this would be catching up. This would be like tugging with the bag. This.
okay,
that sort
so
of thing.
we can tweak that. But okay, got it. All right, then I'll definitely do an attack one. You got
okay. Which do you want to do first, though? I think the order is important too. Is that correct?
Correct, because I have already laid out what my actions are and how they interact with each other depends on which actions they are. So some actions will be versus, which is you both roll dice and you subtract the lower from the higher, and that's the result. Some of them are independent, which means they both happen.
Okay.
And some of them are special, like feint automatically beats defend and gets its full value. Like a defend is useless against a feint. Likewise, a feint is useless against attack.
Okay. Then real quick, Lindy, what do you want to use then, since you're 0-0 for
I'm
both?
0-0, so I can use whatever.
So,
Yes.
if you're not trained in a skill, there's something called beginner's luck.
Okay.
So it's a mechanic on learning new skills, which,
Alright.
by the way, Chester, because you failed
Yes.
a Pathfinder check,
Mhm.
you notice how there's P and F next to all of your skills?
Yes.
Mark an F
Pathfinder.
next to Pathfinder.
Okay.
Okay.
How you rank up a skill is you get a number of successes equal to the level of the skill, and a number of failures equal to the number of the skill minus 1.
Okay.
And once that happens, it ranks up.
That's cool. Okay.
Yeah.
Nice.
So it's very Skyrim, where doing things is how you improve them.
Okay.
Okay, like it. So
Beginner's luck is a little different. Basically, if you use beginner's luck for the same skill 3 times, doesn't matter if you pass or fail,
Okay.
you then learn the skill.
Oh, that's cool. All right. Yeah.
okay. Well then, do you have a preference that you'd like to do, Lindy?
I think this whatever scout based. She wanted to learn that.
That would be attack or maneuver. So maybe you should do a maneuver.
Yeah, I'll maneuver.
How about then maybe we should do like
Like the squirrel.
order, like a maneuver, a feint, and then an attack. Does that sound plausible? Or maybe like a maneuver, an attack, and then a feint?
You know, Cookie, you seem to be on top of this one. I'm gonna
Alright.
trust you.
I'm gonna
Okay, then
maneuver.
to place cards, we just drag them.
You just drag them out from the journal, yeah.
Then I say we do a maneuver.
And you want me to feint and not defend.
Feint. Correct. Excuse me. A defend might be good.
I should mention defend. Defend doesn't mean it's kind of weird because defend is good for, if you know an attack is coming, like a big attack.
Mhm.
It's also good if you're already hurt, because if you succeed by a certain number, you actually start to heal disposition back.
Let's fade them then.
Yeah, I would agree with that. I'm thinking
Okay.
feint, if you'd agree with that deception check,
Okay.
and then I'll do an attack if I can click and drag.
I got
Oh,
you.
thank you. This laptop thingy is hard.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
All right. Are we ready to reveal the first action?
Yes.
Yep.
All right. Squirrel's trying to juke you! No!
Oh no!
Oh, this is a double maneuver. That
You
means it's
sprightly, springy devil.
I imagine it's like we're in a hallway. And we're like, huh, huh. Like we're seeing like what side to run down. Yeah.
you guys get into a tunnel.
Yeah.
Like an
We
old.
both move left. We both move
Burn.
right. Both move left again.
So we both get to roll our dice, and it's independent of each other.
Okay. I have
Um,
0 dice.
So what you're gonna do?
Yeah.
is you're going to take your, in this case, health,
Okay. Yeah.
and you're going to add, you don't have any relevant items. Are your friends helping? So a nice thing about being a mouse is that you always have friends. So in a conflict, you can pretty much always get your friends' help.
Okay.
I just need like a little like nugget of how you're helping.
Well, if Patches is going left, Cookie's going right.
Okay, so you're trying to head him off.
Yeah.
All right.
Or, whatever direction. Cookie will go the opposite side to head off. Yeah.
Right.
Get him in this tunnel. Like a log.
And Chester will just kind of maneuver into the middle, kind of like,
Ready
we're
to
covering
feint.
all sides now.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So you are going to add 2 to your health,
Okay.
but then you're going to take that number since you're using Beginner's Luck and divide it in half.
Okay. So 3.
Now, I had a quick question. When you say add that, are we actually adding that number to our sheet?
No.
No.
No,
It's-
just to the number of dice you roll, like a dice pool.
Okay.
correct.
Okay. So, here we go. Oh.
So these are independent tests, so they both happen.
Mm-hmm.
Now, maneuvers is the weirdest one out of all of the abilities, because what you do is you get what you just did, I believe, is you just set someone up for their next action. So, how did you help Chester in their next ability? Like, what opportunity did you open up?
Well, I was maneuvering him around, and Chester told me he was maneuvering on this side, but what he didn't tell me is that he's actually going to be fainting, and so I have followed his instructions to the letter this time, because I'm serious
Yes.
about getting this mail back, because that's my mail to snoop through, not this squirrel's.
Right.
I mean, that's totally fair.
And Chester wouldn't tell you what he was doing because he just doesn't trust you to do the
He
right
doesn't.
thing.
He doesn't. And he shouldn't, so it's probably
Okay.
a good thing.
So,
Pat's
yeah. So, oh no, you actually get an impede. So, the
Uh-oh.
squirrel's next turn is -1 dice.
Okay.
However, the squirrel got a margin of success of 3, so I can choose. I get to choose impede and gain position. So you're also going to get a -1, and I get a +2.
Oh no.
Ooh.
Ouch.
You sprightly devil.
Yeah. So,
Damn you,
so
squirrel.
you're trying to do something tricky, but it is actually running in zigzags, and you really don't know when it's going to zig or
trickier.
when it's going to zag.
Like zag, zigzag, zig, zig,
And
zig.
I should mention, every now and then, like every time it zigs, a letter comes out.
Don't worry, I'll be picking them all up.
So that's also impeding you, right? Because you're like, oh, a letter. Oh, a letter.
Yeah, I'm definitely trying to catch all the letters as they flutter out because I need to snoop through them. So.
All right. And then we're going to move on to our next action,
All right.
which is a feint.
Oh no!
This is a feint.
So feints against each other are a versus test. You can outfeint the other.
Ooh.
Okay.
Outfeint them.
So what we're going to do is we're going to roll both of our dice, and then whoever has the lower number subtracts that from the successes of the winner. And then that's the total of what stuff happens. If that makes any sense.
I think it will
I'll-
after we see it.
Yeah. So are you getting any help?
I don't know. Patches, Cookie.
Trying to decide how I could assist on a feint.
It's pretty much like being there is usually help enough. Just like narratively, I just like a little flavor to the
Oh yeah.
scene.
Well, you see, I was doing the maneuvering to help him out, and I didn't maneuver very well, and so now I am just trying to like pick up the mail and like catch up.
Can Cookie then, while she's doing that, do like a mock attack, like to get his attention on him?
Yell
Like
at it. Ah.
It looks like you're gonna swing, and then Chester actually does the thing.
Yeah.
And I'm like, you're dropping mail.
dropping.
You're not
Alright,
stealing it all.
And Chester runs up and then like he's going to grab it, and he's trying to set Cookie up because he's going to try and by feinting the grabbing of the bag, he's trying to push the squirrel into Cookie,
The cookie.
so
Okay.
Cookie can get the grab bag.
All right. So you have +2 dice, -1 dice from the impede
So-
from the new card.
Okay.
+1.
So it's my Pathfinder skill.
Mm-hmm.
So that
Which is
would
very
be
good.
6 total.
All right. I also have 6 dice.
Oh boy.
I didn't roll very good. You rolled really well. Now you have 2 axes, so you
Okay.
can spend a fate point to explode them. So you get to roll 2 more dice and add that to the total. And if you roll any more axes, you get to re-roll those as well.
You know, I think I will just to
Okay.
see it happen. So I'll subtract that 1 fate that I had,
And then,
and then I
it's
roll 2 more dice.
Correct.
Okay.
Oh. it's
Roll
another
one more.
axe.
Okay.
Oh, okay. So this is a versus test. So I rolled 1, you rolled 5.
Okay.
So we subtract 1 from your 5, you dealt 4 damage. This is a
Oh.
very good feint.
Wow.
Okay.
You're real good at feigning, Chester.
Thank
Um,
you. Lots of practice.
Chester's like Patches is in awe. She's like, whoa.
So you managed to like, with your feint, you managed to get really close. You haven't grabbed the bag yet. I'm gonna actually say you've grabbed the bag and you're kind of like skating behind the squirrel.
Yeah. More
Um,
mails flying out of both sides of the bag.
Yeah.
now.
There's just mail everywhere.
Patches is diving through all the mail.
Don't want that. Where's my? Okay, that's why I can grab it. So you dealt 4 damage. I'm down to 2. You're still at 6. You guys are doing very good. The squirrel's not very squirrely though.
You should have taken our mail.
That's the power of friendship, by the way.
Yes.
That's why you have squads.
Yeah.
Mice are good with squads. And then we're gonna go to the last one.
Okay.
When you guys were setting up your cards, I was just laughing to myself.
Of course it is.
Hey,
Now, these
we
are-
had the same brain waves as the squirrel.
Yeah. So this is independent. That means we're both hurting each other.
Okay.
Okay.
Basically, we're both attacking at the same time, and it's gonna cause some problems.
Okay. Cookie.
Um,
I mean, is he the one leading the attack, or is everybody getting an attack?
You're the one who gets the attack. The other people are just sort of helping.
Okay, then
Right.
Cookie's gonna aim low for the squirrel's legs with his flour crusted staff to try and trip the squirrel up and get
Okay, so you're actually gonna try to
Sweep the
try to
leg.
stop him.
him. Yeah, sweep the legs.
Okay.
And I'm helping him by I'm gonna like put my feet down and try and really pull on the bag to throw the squirrel off balance.
And
Alright.
I'm gonna try that zigzagging technique just to try to discombobulate him, like, like towards
What
him.
you can't see.
The thing is, squirrels are very good at running, so I get a +2 to this.
Okay.
Ooh.
I just hadn't done an attack yet.
Okay.
All right.
So go ahead and roll.
Okay, so I roll my scout
Ooh.
score, right?
Correct.
+2.
+2 for
+2.
friendship.
Okay. And I can add that into the actual dice roll, right?
Yeah, you'd roll.
3T dice +2.
No.
Just
No,
5T.
just 5T.
It's 5 dice. You
Oh,
add
I
dice.
see.
There's,
Yeah, it's
There
not like
are
it's
no
not a
static-
modifier. It's a
yeah, there are very few static modifiers in this game.
Okay.
so you get to roll.
Oh
Not bad though.
That's enough. So I'm reduced down to -1, and you're reduced down to 1.
no! Ooh, he hit.
Which means, because of how conflicts work, once someone's reduced down to 0, we compare how low you got as well. So if you took no damage, there is no compromise. You get your goal and they get nothing.
Mm-hmm.
However, you lost all but a few. Which means I get a major compromise.
Ah,
And what happens is you weren't noticing because you were running and there's so much going on. But Chester, the squirrel gets tripped and it's falling forward and you see it rolling forward a little bit, but you have to let go because you see above you the red glowing poppies just ahead of you.
Oh no.
Oh. Yeah, I let go and just start backing up, just like, it's not worth it.
And you see the squirrel go rolling with the mailbag. And then it eventually stops. It drops the bag about halfway. So here's the squirrel, here's the mailbag, here's you guys.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
But it is inside the sort of boundary of this poppy field. And the squirrel does not get up.
Question.
Yes.
How is the relationship between squirrels and mice as a whole in this universe?
I think I talked about this in character creation. Mice are one of the few like self-aware sentient species.
Okay.
There's also the weasels, who there has been some tension in the past, but things are being mended with them. They've been actually welcomed into the mouse territories because the weasels got ran out of their own home by these very poppies. But the relationship between squirrels and mice is that squirrels are not dangerous, but they're really annoying.
Okay. Okay, they're like the imps.
They're imps, they're fey, they're very sprightly, right? Like they act like sprites.
That wasn't going to change my decision. I was just curious. But Cookie'd be like, oh, and his good nature, jolly nature, he can't see that thing go in there. He's going to go in after him and drag him out.
All right. So
Chester will try and stop Cookie from doing that. No, you can't go in there. It's the poppies. You can't. You'll not make it back out.
you all know about the poppies. This is the biggest event that's happened in the past. I think at this point it's probably like 5 years. I'm not sure the exact time because I'm not good with time. But the puppies have been here long enough that everyone knows about them in the territories because they're so dangerous. And the reason why they're dangerous is not because they kill you. What they do is they put you to sleep. And then you don't wake up ever again. No one's woken up from the poppies who is in the poppies. You can get pulled out of them, and then you will wake up eventually as soon as the pollen gets out of your system.
Oh.
But there are even like strong windy days that in your town, no one everyone closes their doors and windows and stays inside because the poppy just makes people drowsy.
Now, is this something like a pollen in the air that you can see, or is it an invisible force kind of being?
You can kind of see it. Like if you're paying attention, you know how like on really like not very misty days, you can kind of see mist if you're looking for it, but otherwise you can't. It's kind of like that. It's this like white or red pollen sort of haziness in the air.
Okay.
Yeah, there is a squirrel, a bag of mail, and a line of poppies.
I hate to say it, but my mousie's good-natured senses would be to go and try and pull him out of there.
Hold on! Wait a moment. And I'm gonna pull out my hook and line. I'm gonna try to hook the bag of mail and reel it back in.
All right. This is going to be the last check of the GM phase. This is just going to be a simple test.
Okay.
If everyone is going to, because we have Cookie who wants to run in and Patches who wants to sort of just hook and line it out.
Yeah.
Which plan are we going with?
I think Cookie would stop if he saw the hook and line thing going on, because he would think, maybe we can hook and line the squirrel, because he's not dumb. He knows that the poppies are dangerous, but he doesn't want to leave the guy there. So he'd be like, "Go,
Yeah.
hurry up, get the mail, get the squirrel out."
All right. So is anyone helping with the hook and line maneuver?
Cookie's gonna be helpful in the sense that he'll be ready to pull it in.
Okay, I mean that's help. That's your.
He'll use his massive size to be like, "I'm gonna grab it and pull."
Yeah, you're not helping with the accuracy. You're helping with the physically pulling of it. Okay.
Chester's not going to help this time. He's picking up all the mail that fell on the ground behind. He thinks it's a lost cause.
Okay.
Okay.
So, let's see. Let's look at the Patches skills.
Okay.
See what we got.
Yeah.
I think the best skill here, I'm gonna say using your hunter,
Okay.
because
That's
this is
my
not unlike
specialty.
fishing.
Yeah, that's true. I'm fishing for mail. This is my specialty skill.
All right,
Hunter. And Cookie's helping, so I get a +1.
correct.
So.
And again, if you want to spend persona, you can. Oh, I need to give you a difficulty task.
Yeah.
On a 3 or higher, you're gonna get the mail.
Okay.
On the 5 or higher, you will also get the squirrel.
Okay, well, I really want this mail, so I will spend a persona point.
Okay.
And that gives me an extra die to roll?
Correct.
Okay,
Yes.
cool. So, all right, I'm rolling 6 dice. Hopefully. Let's see. Oh, no! That's real bad.
That's horrible.
So, there is a twist.
Uh-oh.
I'm gonna introduce a twist here real quick.
Oh, she's gonna hook.
And I need to look up the conditions real quick.
A quick question. From the combat, do we add checks to pass or fail on our skills that we used?
You do once per skill. So you guys only used a skill once, but had the conflict gone on longer, if you, let's say, use Pathfinder twice,
You'd only get 1 check.
correct. You only get 1 pass or fail. Well, 1 pass and or fail. So if you did 1 fail and 1 succeed, you can mark both, but you can't mark pass more than once.
Okay.
Yeah. So you're actually going to mark Hunter as a failure for this one.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm sorry to say this, Patches, you get tired trying to get, because you have to get a little closer than you want to.
Yeah, real sleepy.
Cookie, because you are helping with the situation, this just makes you hungry and thirsty. You're working up a sweat. You've been running all day. You haven't had anything to eat. You're thirsty. You're hungry.
Starts licking his lips like.
Yeah. So
his stomach growls a bit.
and this you can that probably happens a little bit later. Like after you guys have retrieved this mailbag. Like I said, you had to get a little closer to hook onto it than you wanted to, Patches, but you eventually got it. But you got some of that pollen in you.
I did.
You can feel it.
Real
you can feel
sleepy.
it in your sinuses, on your eyelids. It's like sand just on your eyes.
Got the mail, guys.
Well done. Here, maybe you should sit down here for a minute. He's just gonna set Patches down and look at the eyes and see the powder on it a bit, and he's gonna can he look for like a leaf or something like a fresh green one, maybe a little moist, and try and dab with the leaf.
Wipe the sleep out of her eyes.
Wipe the sleep out of the eyes and get the poppy stuff out.
You could use like a blade of grass,
Mm-hmm.
I think.
Yeah.
You have to remember, you're real small.
He's
You're
gonna.
like
That's true. Okay, so he's gonna go over and get a blade of grass, a nice fresh leafy green one, like bite it to cut it off the stem, and he's gonna fold it and mush it to get a little bit of wet from its natural leaf juices, and take a wet wipe, and he's gonna.
Oh, you're not my mom.
That's just nope.
Ah,
Nope. Still, you little.
no.
He's dab, wipe.
Ah.
Being
very careful.
Chester
All
walks
right.
back up after a minute with the stack of mail that's fallen out, and he's like,
Got the mail bag.
good job, Patches. Oh, you got too close, did you?
No.
Oh, yes, you
Oh.
did. Yes.
That's
No.
right. You tender paws are so cute.
I'm not cute. I'm fierce.
Of course. Good job, Cookie.
Oh, thank you. It's just a home remedy my mom used to do to me sometimes.
By the way, that didn't actually do anything. You're still real tired.
Yeah, it just got some of like the sleepy crud out of the eyeballs, but
Yeah.
she's still real tired.
Good job getting all the mail. All of it, quite literally, I think.
You seemed really, you seemed really charged up about the mail, and I figured,
It's our charge. we
Yeah.
deliver this
We're here to blaze a trail and to map it, so everyone else will be safe. Mail is an afterthought, but it's important to you, so it's important to me, I guess.
Mail's very important.
See? Well, thank you for getting it. I do appreciate that greatly. I shall make sure to get you one of my favorite special desserts when we get home.
Yeah, sure, cool.
Okay, but
Yep.
look, I couldn't leave this squirrel out there. He's going to die. Can we at least try and hook him and pull him in? At least
When you
out of
look-
this?
When you look back at the squirrel's not there.
Say squirrel's fine, he's gone.
Oh.
Maybe he's a real fast napper.
Chester looks concerned.
Cookie's gonna look around too. Like, can he look up and does he see any squirrels?
Nope.
I think we should leave this area right now.
I-
I think it's time to get back.
Where are we? By the way, I didn't pay any attention. I was just running.
No, I'll find our way
Okay.
back. To the last. You staked that last flag, right? You did that, Patches.
Yup.
Well, yeah, let's go back then. And then Cookie's gonna get up behind Patches with his big old belly resting on it back and lift Patches up and be like, "Are you going dust Patches off?"
I'm fine.
All right, well, let's go. Come on. And Cookie's gonna heft the bag and try to shove him forward a bit.
All right. So we have completed the GM phase. At this point, so what happens is I move the agency of the story to you guys. And how you tell that story is by using checks. Each of you has one check normally. Like you'd start with one check, and then for every check you've earned, you gain an additional one. So like Chester would have 2, the rest of you have 1, because no one else used any traits against themselves.
Mm-hmm.
However, since this is the introduction, I'm actually going to give everyone an additional free check.
Ooh.
Because, yeah, they're nice, and I kind of want to see where you guys take the story for a little bit. So, how checks work normally, and like, you guys can talk through it, and we can set up scenes and stuff. But when certain conflicts pop up that you guys have initiated, I will say, "Hey, do you want to spend one of your checks to, resolve this issue?"
Now, do we keep track of our checks somewhere, or do you keep track of it?
You should be keeping track of them.
Okay.
I don't know if there's a spot on the sheet for
I
them.
don't
That's
think
what I was
there
looking
is.
for. I didn't see one. So.
If it makes sense, if you click on your token, you can keep track
yeah.
of them in one of those bubbles.
Touche.
Put him in there. Boop.
Which bubble are you guys putting them in? Blue?
I
Blue
put him
sounds
on in blue. Yeah.
okay. I just want you all to put them all in the same spot. So checks for blue. Blue checks.
Because it's not positive or negative like red and green. So
Yeah.
blue checks.
The other important thing to do with your checks is to use them to recover from conditions. Conditions don't go away unless you resolve them. So if you're hungry and thirsty, you need to spend one of your checks resolving that, right? You need to talk about how you feed yourself, how you get some drink, that sort of thing. Similar with tired, you need to tell me how you resolve that.
Take a nap.
Taking a nap is an option.
Yeah.
And you can spend a check to do that.
Yeah, I think Patches will take a nap. She's a little sleepy.
So do you want to do that now while you guys are still on the trail? Because like I said, it's going to take you 2 to 3 days. So we can if you want to move the scene to the night,
Yeah.
we can do that.
Yes.
Because that makes sense. You guys have been traveling most of the day.
That does. Would it be better than to say first, though, choosing a place to sleep, like in D&D, can sometimes be critical? Would it be wiser to move back towards the tree and take a nap, or is this game, does that matter, so to speak?
I'm just gonna.
It
Never,
depends.
I don't really talk about that. We can just.
That's fine.
Okay.
Yeah.
Chester would probably want to try get back to the act of pathfinding
Yeah.
immediately, and if Patches was trying, Patches is trying to take a nap, he'd be like, "Oh no, not yet, not
Oh,
yet.
okay, fine. We'll keep going.
Many trails to blaze, many miles to go. Come."
Fine. I'll wait for my nap. I'm real sleepy. Not
I-
from the poppies, but from
No,
that
of
that
course not.
squirrel chase.
Good hard work is
Yes.
excellent for a tender paw. Please, come on.
Okay.
That hook and
Put
line
those
stuff.
flags
you do.
over there and over there.
Okay.
Come on now.
She puts flags in.
Okay. Is there a check you want to make right now, Chester? Or
Sure. I'll
'Cause
do.
I was kind of expecting you to make one at the end of the journey
Okay.
to make your map.
Oh, okay. Well, I have
Right.
3. So, could I make a Pathfinder check to see how well we're making the trail, and then a cartography at the end?
Yeah. So you are trying to make the best trail possible.
Mhm.
Right. But yeah, I'm
And
trying to do
Trail
that.
and a good map.
I'm not gonna put basically what I'm gonna do is this is a degrees of success situation where I just want you to roll, and whatever number you roll is how good it is.
Okay, so just a straight roll using my Pathfinder die.
hmm
Mhm.
Okay.
So more or less, we're gonna take whatever number you roll and subtract it from another number, and that's how easy this trail is gonna be how easy it is to take for other people.
Okay. All right.
Oh no.
Wow.
We are
I am
rolling so
terrible.
terribly.
Holy
Um,
crap. Okay.
There's a reason why there was a main road that you used to
Mhm.
have. It was a very good road. There weren't many
Oh.
other good roads to have through this area.
Yeah, it went through there for a reason.
Yeah. Everything else, trying to get through it is rough.
Okay.
But you are making the best of a bad situation.
Would that be considered a fail?
No, like I said, I just subtracted 1 from that.
Okay.
For
So,
whatever-
but on skills for checks, pass, fail.
No, that's a success.
This, okay.
'Cause you didn't get 0.
Cool.
Okay.
We're
Whenever I say like degrees of success,
Okay.
which is similar to like the independent tests in the conflicts.
Okay.
Okay.
As long as you roll 1, you're fine. That's a success.
It worked. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
All right.
That's
So
one.
that has happened. This is not an easy path to go by now.
You know,
But we
no,
mapped it.
Chester's very frustrated.
Yeah, but other
Patches,
people
please.
won't have to pathfind it. They'll have to do. This is more like the difficulty of actually getting stuff through it.
Mhm.
Like if they had a cart or something.
All right. I
Not a
think
good cart path.
Patches is gonna wait until we start making camp for the night, and
Um,
then I'm gonna wait till Chester and Cookie are like distracted, and I'm gonna dig through that mail.
Okay. So, first question: are Chester and Cookie distracted? Like, is there something that distracts you? And if so, what is it?
Chester.
if we're-
Oh, no, go ahead, Cookie.
Are we camping then?
I'm gonna say it's nighttime. You guys are tired. You've been running.
Absolutely. Cookie's hungry, and he's got to feed everybody else too. Cookie's gonna go out into them woods around the campsite, around the edge there, and he's gonna find any berries he can, any seeds that he can, anything that he could do to grind up, mash up, make into some yummy things.
All
Oh,
right.
see, and since Chester is herbwise, he will head out with Cookie to help him find the best material.
I'll hold down the fort.
Oh, good job, Patches. You make sure the flags are all counted for tomorrow.
Definitely.
And pick up a little bit around the fire, please.
Sure. Okay.
Thank you.
Yep.
Oh, you're such an exciting young tenderpaw. I thank you, Patches. Come on, Cookie.
Yes, now Chester, the list we're gonna need is sunflower, blackberry, and he's like putting down the list, counting out his fingers, the
Oh,
things
you
like
do
to
know
make-
those things don't just grow in the wild everywhere. I mean, we're gonna have to deal with what we have to deal with. Come, into the woods. Let's go.
Oh, very well, very well.
Takes
Yeah.
out his lantern.
Yep.
2 notes to make. 1, Cookie, you actually don't have gather. You're not used to getting your own materials.
Okay, so he knows what ingredients are good. He doesn't know what they look like.
Yeah.
Or how to get them. Yes.
Okay.
You're gonna have to.
This
you're
will
gonna
be
block
easy.
this.
It's
This will
fine.
be your new skill, maybe.
The other thing is, the nice thing about wises, if you ever use a wise to help someone else, you are not subject to the conditions
Mm.
because you're not physically helping. You're just telling someone else how to do better.
Oh, and Chester's very good at that.
So, if he fails, you're not going to get a condition from this.
Excellent.
You're like, yes. All right.
Lucky for you, this area is actually pretty bountiful because it's so close to the poppies. Other animals don't come this far.
Sweet.
So there might actually be some good supplies around. So this is only going to be a difficulty 2. So how we do beginner's luck, again, is we take... this is a will check. Because it's more about seeing, not as much like physical strength. So you're going to take your will. You're going to add your help.
Okay,
So 1.
3 plus 1, 4.
We're at 4. And then we're going to divide that number by 2.
So 2.
Yeah. Unless you want to invoke a trait for you. So curious, big bone, weather sense, extrovert.
Probably the curious. I would like to invoke the trait to learn it and see it.
Okay.
So curiosity, he's curious about the world around him and like, oh, how does one actually harvest these things? I've never done this before. So he does have that level of enthusiasm and curiosity kicking in.
Okay.
So,
So yeah, you get a +1 to that.
3.
So you're up to 3 dice.
okay.
Then you can again spend persona, or if you roll any 6s or any axes, you can explode them with fate.
So I'll go ahead and roll this then. So
Yeah.
All right.
Hey!
You made it.
I made it. Cool.
You don't find any berries. It's dark. You don't want to go climbing into any bushes right now. You're also already hungry. But you do find lots of grain in the area
Ooh.
and some seeds.
Ooh.
And with the herb-wise, you also find what's a good herb bread, like herb for bread?
Good herb for rosemary.
Let's say you find a little bit of rosemary.
That there's rosemary cookie. It's really good for breads. You should
Ooh.
pick that. You're
He's
very good at
cook-
this.
Cookie's already thinking, oh, thank you. I'm going to make such a hearty, delicious
Have
bread.
you been gathering for long? You're really good at this.
Oh, no, he like blushes a little bit in his cheeks. So no. I haven't been gathering long. I've been breaking since I was a child. And he's just, blushing and like, no, you're too nice.
So go ahead and add gathering and have it at rank 0 because you're still learning it, but go ahead and put a pass.
Sweet.
That should have happened with your scout as well earlier,
That would have
Lindy.
been a fail or a pass?
I
think I
you
failed.
succeeded.
Oh,
did
did
you
I?
fail?
Uh-huh.
In the conflict.
In the conflict, I mean, I didn't roll great. I
It
rolled.
doesn't matter if you rolled great. It
I
depends on
did
the
pass.
direction.
I didn't roll a 0. So
Correct, because
Cool.
it was an independent.
nice. Okay. Yeah. Sweet.
Yeah.
Pass and scout.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, then what Cookie will do then after they've gathered the stuff is I guess that Cookie and Chester would want to turn and eventually head back to the camp. So
Mhm.
if you need to segue for patches,
Yes, that is a good point. All right. What are you doing, Patches?
Oh, I'm looking through this mail.
What are you looking for?
It's not that she's looking for something specifically. It's just that she wants to know what's in here. Like,
It's mostly letters, but
Okay.
you do notice a couple boxes.
I'm gonna shake them. Not hard, just a little bit. Like, like when you get your Christmas box. Shook,
Mhm.
shook.
Let's see. One of them does make that like it's not. They didn't pad it very well, so
Uh-huh.
there's something sort of rolling around in there. The second one is just heavy and dense. You don't like. It's just like oh, and doesn't make any noise when you move it around. Like they just put some paper around a big old square rock. The third sounds like Legos, but Legos don't exist.
it's Lincoln
That one caught her attention.
Yeah. She wants to see if she can maybe take a peek inside one of these packages without it looking like she peeked.
Okay, this is gonna require. I think this is a check, because
Mhm.
there's a fail state, right? There's
Yeah, for sure.
Let's see. This is a weird skill though, so I'm gonna I'm gonna look at your skills real quick.
She never gets mail, so she's like, what do other people get in the mail?
Oh, this is manipulator.
Okay.
Um,
Alright.
Not only are you trying to gain information about people through strange means, like
Yeah.
unsavory means, but
Uh-huh.
you're also trying to lie that you opened it.
Okay, perfect.
Do you want to add anything to this, or like any traits?
I think... Goodness. I think young might work out because she's never gotten mail. She wants to know what the hoopla is about mail.
Which one are you
But she
opening?
also doesn't want to get caught because all kids are like, oh man, I don't want to get in trouble.
I'm gonna ask you before. Are you looking at all 3 packages, or just one?
I think she's curious about the one that sounds like Legos. I think like the shifty one, she's like, okay, that could be a thing. Why would anyone want something this heavy? But oh, this rattles. Oh, this is exciting.
Mm-hmm.
So she wants to just open that one because she doesn't know how much time she has before Cookie and Chester get back, and she doesn't want to press her luck.
This is only a 1 then.
Okay.
There's gonna be 1 per package,
Okay.
and
Yeah.
but
Well, Captain Blue Whiskers says that a young pirate shouldn't get in over their head, so I'm just inspecting 1 piece of booty rather than 3. So I'm gonna use my young trait, and then manipulator. So 3.
mhm.
Oh no.
Mark a fail.
Okay.
You open it up
Uh-huh.
and you look inside
Mm-hmm.
and you're like, those look like dried poppy, and then fall asleep.
Perfect. Well, I guess
what-
does this count towards my nap?
No.
Oh no.
Oh.
Um, but you do fall asleep,
Excellent.
and by the time that Chester and Cookie get back, they just see you with this box that's been opened up
I
in the
just
mail.
imagine like face down in the box.
Not in the box, because you knew enough to not fall asleep into
Yeah,
the
I'm like,
box.
oh no.
Yeah.
Like right next to it.
So you're just like in the dirt
And
next
like,
to the
there's
campfire.
a pile of mail around me. Like I just dumped it out, and I'm like asleep in the pile of mail with the box partially open.
That's exactly what has happened. So when you guys come back with your seeds and your grain and your rosemary,
Cookie's holding them in his apron, like like a knapsack, holding it that way.
Chester sees Patches on the ground, runs over real quick. Pat! Oh, what is...
do you look
Cookie,
inside the
she was
box?
going through... no, he doesn't. He didn't look at the box yet because he's checking on her.
Okay.
I would have cleaned up the campground first, like he told me to, because I didn't want to
Yes.
get trouble for that. But then there's
Yes.
just mail.
I don't see anything else. I think Patches was playing with the mail.
Judging by the look of that pile there, I would say so too.
She said she was sleepy. I'm wondering.
Oh, she's taking a nap.
Well, of course. Well, maybe
Let her-
wake her up with some freshly baked bread.
Let her sleep. I'll make dinner. Just do you mind corralling that mail over there? And
What's this open box?
I don't know
And
what's
he walks over and looks at the box.
The squirrel must have did it.
Uh,
That's what I'm gonna say when I wake up.
there's enough. I think you're careful enough to kind of like not stick your nose in it.
Oh, yeah.
Like right beside her where she fell down.
Yeah, it's
Yes,
like still
right.
in her hand.
His trait of being suspicious would make him go over very like he'll use his bow and kind of like look in the box from a distance like.
It rattles like dried seeds when you kind of like shift it.
Okay. Takes out his lantern in one hand, his bow in the other to look into it from a distance, and he's like, "Oh, can he tell it's poppy seeds?"
It's poppy seeds. It's dried poppy seeds.
Okay.
I picked the worst package to open.
Is it possible for him to secure the box without passing out?
Yeah, as long as you don't like sniff it, because how I imagined you opened that box is you like opened it and then like.
Oh no!
your
It was
face
like eyeballs out there, like.
Yeah.
Oh no!
Yeah.
Okay, so Chester's going to try and secure the box.
Okay.
I'm just kind of assuming that Cookie is not paying attention at all to this box securing mail falling about. Cookie's just gonna take his apron and set it out in a nice little pile. He's gonna find a flat rock if he can, and he's gonna use his staff and start grinding everything down that he can for ingredients to make a nice flour. He's gonna tear up some of the rosemary, and he's gonna try and make a really nice savory bread that's rosemary flavored and infused, kind of like one of those like hearty not like I don't want to say everything bagels, but you get the idea, something like that.
Yeah.
He's going to start making a mash and getting that together, and then he'll get ready to bake it on the flat rock next to the fire to make some nice thin bread.
It'd probably be more like a cracker, if my bread knowledge.
There you
Because
go.
you don't have
Rosemary
access
crackers.
to.
Ooh, yum.
You don't have any like leavening.
Yeah. Okay. That works.
So yeah, it'd definitely be more like a cracker or a biscuit. Or,
Okay. He's going to do some trail crackers. Yeah.
Yeah.
I like
it's probably not uncommon. It's like
probably right considering the
what's
whole
that?
traveling.
What's that the weird pirate biscuit thing?
Oh, hardtack.
Hardtack.
Hardtack. Yeah.
But this is actually tasty.
Yeah, this is actually tasty and not that hard because I'm not going to bake it that much.
I am going to require a check from you for that because you are trying to recover condition with it.
Mm-hmm. I'm very
Um,
thirsty.
I'm going to mention Patches because you did fail that check. You are also going to wake up hungry and thirsty.
Oh no.
You're going to have the munchies.
Yep.
So this check is sort of important. You're doing this for more than one mouse because you're trying to feed your party.
Okay.
So I believe
Bake some crackers.
hungry and
He's
thirsty.
got his staff and he's whacking the seeds down like whack, 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 and then he's roll, roll, roll.
Okay, yeah, this is a difficulty test 2 because it's for the whole squad. If it's just for yourself, it's 1. But
Okay.
narrative that it's for everyone, so it's 2.
Now, would I use baker or cook dice?
You're baking.
Mhm.
Baking. Okay.
Cooking would be more like stews and roasts and that sort of
Okay.
thing.
So then I have 4 dice, so I would deduct 2 from that.
No,
Oh,
you don't. You're looking to get 2.
You want to get
Oh.
2 successes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
But I could spend a point to buff this up one, right? A
For
checkpoint.
Persona, yeah.
Or
Are you? What's your baking at?
4.
Okay, yeah.
I was just thinking, it's like, oh, okay, well, if I do 4 dice, I say, well, there's a chance I could botch this based on how we're rolling.
I have rolled 13 dice and got a 2. Like the game is fickle.
Okay, well then,
Just go for
you know
it.
what? Let's just go for it. Yep,
What?
of course. Of course.
Okay. So both Patches and Cookie, you can relieve your hungry and thirsty.
Yay.
However, you burn some.
Oh,
And that just deep in your psyche, you're just like, oh, I can't believe you did that. You are now angry.
Parents made me better than this. I trained better than this and harder than this. He's like doing the cleanup and like
Ugh.
heavy setting the rock down, not slamming. It's just like just setting it down and just, I'm gonna get some more sticks for the fire. And he's just frustrated and
Okay, it's fine. You're on the road. It's difficult to do things that
What-
are easier in a
what is not-
bakery.
burned crackers. This is novice level stuff.
I'm gonna go to bed, guys.
It's been a rough day. Good night, Patches.
I'm so
It's been a
tired.
rough day.
Sometimes I wonder why I was in the garden. He's just going to grumble as he walks off and gets
Look,
more
we fought off
spit.
a crazy squirrel already today, and we've blazed a brand new trail through very difficult terrain. I'm happy we have food at all.
Yes, I suppose you're right, but I'm a baker. I should be in the bake shop, not out on the road. And he's just going to be frustrated and grumbly.
No, Cookie. Our job is it's much more important than that. I mean, baking is an exceptional and wonderful skill to have, and you do bring such joy to everyone when you're there. But on the road, we rangers, we have a job to do, blazing trails, making it safe for everyone else.
Yeah, burning crackers too, it appears. And Cookie's just not going to let it drop for the night. He's just going to be angry.
Oh, it's a bit early to get rid of my sleepy.
All right, this is a health test because if you're trying to recover it from in the wilds, it's a little harder.
Okay.
And it's a health test.
Sure.
If you're trying to do it while you're in town, it's a little easier and it's a resources test.
Okay. So what am I looking to succeed on? 3? Okay.
3.
Well,
Remember, you can use traits for yourself,
yeah, I
you can use them
used...
against yourself in the player's phase.
Yeah, I already used young for myself. So... I don't think hard worker could be used against myself.
You did
I did
you did a lot of hard work
a
today.
whole lot of hard work.
Work
today.
hard, sleep hard.
All right, let's do that. Let's try that. Use it. That'd be a 4 or against?
That's a 4.
4. Okay, yeah. I'll use hard worker.
Okay.
Worked real hard.
You're used to working real hard and then sleeping.
Hey, I got 3.
All right, you can get rid of your condition.
Yay!
You have a good night's sleep.
I had a great night's sleep. I feel a lot better.
Full of crackers. Got a good run.
I did. And I used my
Chasing
checks.
squirrel.
I did.
Are we
Found out what
supposed
was
to-
in the mail.
Are we supposed to use all of our checks during this period, or can we save some through?
We can move the narrative,
Oh, okay.
but you have to spend them all, and then I take control again.
It swaps
Okay.
between GM players.
Yeah.
All right.
How many do you have left?
2.
Oh, you've only spent 1. Okay.
I only did the one on the first check, and then Patches and Cookie went.
I should mention, probably should mention this earlier. I didn't notice how things were moving around. You can't spend 2 checks in a row. So if you have 2 and you're the last person with checks, you're gonna have to give one of them away.
Okay.
If that makes any sense.
What?
Since you didn't know, because I'm still explaining the rules to you, you don't have to, because you didn't know.
Okay. Yeah, I think Cookie still has another check, right?
Yeah, I've got 2.
You sent them.
You spent them. Yeah, you got ingredients and you cooked them.
Oh, okay, that did count then. Okay,
Yeah.
I see what it's doing.
Okay.
I understand. Okay,
And
yeah.
then Patches did hers too.
Yeah, I did.
Basically, anytime you roll a dice, that spends a check.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Okay. Well, I was going to do. I was going to try and to lift Cookie's spirits with my second check. I want to try and instruct him on the grand art of cartography. Just sit down. Let me show you what my parents taught me. This is wonderful. Out on the trail, you take a map and you start writing down. Look at this map that we have now. All this was the hard work of generations of mice, mices, all the types, all out there having a wonderful time. I mean, forget the burnt crackers and all that. Look at the grand scale of our world. It's beautiful. You just have to follow and you think about what the maps were and you use your wonderful memory and you build it and it just becomes a map that's used for generations.
Chester, the black lines on your map look like burnt cookie pieces.
No, but see, there's a deftness to it. There's a look. The flick of the wrist here shows that it's going around a rock, and then there's an elevation here that just shows you how high that mountain.
And all Cookie's doing is when you're describing the elevation, he's thinking the rising of bread and the elevation of the crackers.
Trying to help, and it's
crackers
going
got
terribly.
And then he's sitting there thinking too the deftness of the hands and he's like, yes, I had deft hands once till I burnt crackers.
Cookie, I don't think you really listen. You're not listening.
Oh, I'm trying to listen. I haven't burnt crackers in a long time.
How many times have you baked after squirrel attack?
With me. I'm sorry?
How many times have you baked after squirrel attack?
This is the first time.
Ah, so it's the first time you've burnt a cracker after being attacked by a squirrel. Let it be the only one.
So question for you on that one, Ethan. I have an angry condition.
Yes.
Can that be resolved by another player's actions, or how does that get resolved?
So there's actually only one way to get rid of angry, and that is by making a will test. I think it's a very simple one. So technically, Chester could give you a check to do that, and what he's doing is actually helping.
Okay.
So you get an additional dice.
Okay,
Right.
so I could give him this check now instead of trying to do the instructor thing and teach him about cartography. I could help him work through his anger.
If you want to do the cartography instructor thing, that doesn't get rid of the anger, but it could result in Cookie learning to become a pathfinder or a cartographer.
Okay.
So the difference is one gets rid of the condition. One of them gives him a tick in his beginner's luck,
Okay,
if that makes any sense.
Cookie,
Yes,
you're looking angry.
I'm feeling angry.
What's wrong, Cookie? Let's work through this. And I'll give you my check.
Okay, then. So now then, do you want me to go ahead and try and roll to pass this will check?
Correct. And I think it's a 1.
It's a 1?
Yeah.
In order to succeed. Okay.
You gotta roll
Yeah.
one.
Well then
And you get a help from me because I'm trying to get your mind off the burnt cracker. I'm failing, but I'm trying to get your mind off the burnt cracker.
my will then is a 3, so I add the 1 to it, so I'll be rolling 4 dice.
Correct.
Okay. I'm learning.
Yeah, it's a weird system. Like, there are very few games like this, so it's an op 2.
Okay. Bam. There we go.
You got 2.
All right, you guys are doing good getting rid of these conditions.
Sweet. So I pass, and then Cookie sits there in the realization that he's just trying to be a good man, and he just puts on his jolly smile, and he's like, good mouse. I'm sorry, Chester. I burnt the crackers. That's like what a first-year baker does, or a first-season baker. I'm an 11th season baker. One does not burn crackers at this stage.
It's fine. Look at the path we're on right now. As a young mouse, I would be horrified by it, but I know with my experience that this path is the best we could make in this situation. There's a reason why the path to Thistlefur was the one it was. It was the best place for it. We're just making the best in a bad situation, and you're doing wonderful, Cookie.
You're right, and I am glad that we found some food for everybody and made
And that rosemary was glorious.
Yes. Thank you for teaching me that. By the way, that was so great.
That was fun. It was fun.
I've learned
Get some
something
rest.
really new, and yes, I think you're right. I think it is rest time, isn't it? See, Patches is already at it. I'm shifting the camera. I see Patches is already at it. I think you're right. I think it's time for some rest.
Yeah, I'll be up for a bit watching. I'm more of a night mouse myself, so don't worry about everything. I'll stoke the fire and make sure everything's good.
Well, if we have any leftovers, feel free to have it if you want a late night snack.
Oh, I will.
And Cookie then is going to bid him good night and move over towards another side of the fire and take off his fluffy chef's-like hat, and he's going to use that as a pillow and just start snoring like big belly rising.
Okay. And now that it's quiet, I'll do my last check and do the cartography.
Okay. So this kind of fades to black on the evening as you guys all fall asleep. Actually, it doesn't fade to black. It does that thing where it zooms up and looks at the
sky, and then it
the sky. And
changes.
there's stars and leaves, and because as a mouse, like this, think about the sky as a mouse. Just think about that for a second. How tall the trees must be. How far the leaves are. Like the canopy of the forest is part of the sky. Just because of like the size difference. Like a mountain, we kind of think of as the skyline, or like the skyline of a city is part of the scenery. These trees are part of just the majesty of space. And then we're gonna wake up the next morning. You guys are having.
I still had one check to make.
Yes.
Okay, you want me to do that in the morning?
We're gonna
Okay.
It doesn't have to be like this game isn't set up for days or nights or whatever. We just do whatever makes sense. You wouldn't do the cartography in the middle.
Okay.
Like, you are doing it in the middle, but like to see the completeness of the map, we're just gonna make one.
Okay.
So you guys are, you got Patches kind of like, pushing things out of the way, staking ground. You got Cookie with his bag.
Love little
And you
red
got-
flags.
Chester working on the map. And I'm gonna say like the bush line kind of like opens up and you guys kind of push away some leaves, and down at the bottom of this hill you can see the small tiled houses of I'm bad at names. Thistledown.
Thistledown.
It's called Thistledown because, like, I know places around here, because I live in Southern California, there's palm trees all over the place. It's like that, but they're thistles. Or they just kind of like, they kind of grew them in like rows and that sort of thing.
Cool.
So they kind of line their streets.
I like
So
it.
There's these like little purple explosions above all the houses.
Yeah, and the whole rest of the trip, Patches kept side-eyeing the mailbag, like when no one was looking, like...
Is it common for poppy seeds to be mailed?
Oh, you've never heard of it.
Okay. So
But-
Chester will take a note of the name on the package.
Let me get you a name.
Ooh.
Let's see.
Mouse
There's a name.
McGee.
There's names at the back of the book.
Mouserton the Third.
We're gonna say that their name is Cole with a K.
Okay.
It's Cole of Thistledown. Because typically, as mice, you don't have last names. You just are. Your last name is where you're from or what you do.
Patches of Maple Harbor.
Yeah.
Was there a return address on the box, like who it was from?
No.
Okay.
Oh.
There are no return addresses.
Oh.
Okay.
Their mail isn't that sophisticated yet.
We can assume it's from where we were at.
It's from the city, or it's either from the city that it's either from Wild Seed, or it's
Got
from
dropped
even
off.
further
Yeah.
off, and they brought it there as part of like the next leg.
Okay.
Bet it's a weasel.
Oh, Cookie then will spy the city in view and be like, "Ah, we've almost made it.
Let's go!
Ah, don't run so far ahead."
Slow down. You can't blaze a trail blazing away like that.
They're both blazing.
It's a different type of blazing.
I'm gonna say it's like 2 or 3 o'clock at this point in the next day. And there's some like small stones that might be good for a place to take a quick break if you wanted to finish drawing your map.
Okay.
Because from here you can see the town, so you know how to draw the rest of the road.
Okay. So I'll do that final check then.
Yes.
I wander around a little bit and get a little lost but find my way back.
All right. So I'm gonna use my cartography.
Yes.
And I'm going to use bearings for used 4.
Okay.
So that's going to be 6.
And this is again not an ob. This is just whatever you roll is however easy it is to do.
Okay.
For later.
3.
People following this map are not going to get lost.
Yay!
Excellent.
So yep, go on mark a pass,
Sweet.
and yeah, it's a good map. It's not.
It's not his parents' quality, but I mean, he's happy with it.
It's a functional map. Right?
I'm going to have to work on this later when we get back to civilization, but it'll do for now.
It's yeah. There's no flourish to it. There's no like embossing or whatever. Like it's not a fancy map, but this map will ensure that you do not get lost.
Looks over Cookie. I completely understand your issues last night, my friend.
Is that map giving you trouble?
No, it's fine, but it's not my best work.
Well, keep at it. You'll be just fine.
Yeah, man. Trying to keep up with patches this entire time. It's really draining.
Let's go!
Patches is very sprightly.
It's also impressive because you were running for a good chunk and you had to kind of like fill in the blank. You're like, I think it was, and that was probably the part that was giving you the hardest time. Was that part where you were chasing a squirrel?
Yeah.
So it's actually very impressive that you managed to do that bit. You should feel a little proud for that. The rest, maybe not, but
Internally, but still, it's not the quite quality of his parents, and living in their shadow has been so hard these 50 years.
it's the artist coming out.
Yep.
Let's go.
Um,
Let's go.
so you guys make it to Thistledown.
Yay!
Perfect. Cookie is going to start immediately either asking if he's never been or looking, or both, for who we need to take the mail to, whether that be
Probably the mayor, I would think.
Probably.
a post office or a ranger office, or...
There is a ranger office here. Every town has a ranger's office. This isn't your like hometown one, so you would. But basically, every ranger house has like some bunks for traveling rangers, because you guys all move around, right? So if you need to sleep, there's a bunkhouse here. If you need to be fed, they'll feed you like basic rations, basically.
Keep it simple then. Cookie is going to head for that. I mean,
And how mail typically works is they ring a big bell and everyone comes out and gets their mail.
ooh.
And you guys do like
Can
a roll call.
Can I ring the bell?
Sure, Patches.
Yes!
And that would be closer to the mayor's office.
Okay, then we're gonna go do that.
Wait, stop. Not just one ring is fine, Patches. Thank you. Stop. We won't mention
and-
what you did with the box.
What? What? No, there was a squirrel. It best. I had to just check through all the letters to make sure they were still sealed. After that squirrel made off with that.
I'm going to say you had an inkling there was something wrong with the package, and that's why they.
Yeah, I had a rip in it, and so I went to see
No,
if
it had poppy seeds in it, and you noticed that, and you were trying to protect everyone. That's
it
what
was.
you were doing.
Yes,
Fine.
100%.
Yeah,
Yes.
that's very
Yup.
kind of you, Patches.
Now, this is something I can invoke. This game actually has PvP in it. If you are trying to convince another mouse, even if it's part of your party, and you get consent from both sides, is a part that I'm very big on.
Oh,
you
yeah.
can roll to try to convince somebody. It sounds like that got settled, but in the future, let's say you're having an actual argument, it can be settled with dice.
That's fine with me.
Yeah, just like in situation, I usually ask, are you okay with this? Are you okay with this? This is what we're doing. Right? Just because I think that's an important part of games. Is making sure that everyone is okay with what's going on.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, you guys get to town. You did the bell ring.
Yeah, definitely swung on like the thing during it.
Yeah. It's a little one. It's like a little post. It's
Well
a
then,
little
okay.
bell.
Then I just rang it enthusiastically.
There's also a second bell, a little one, a little handheld one that you could take and run up and down the streets with for all the people who didn't hear the main bell.
Yes, Patches
Chester
does
grabs that before Patches does.
No.
It's like, okay, go ahead.
Okay. She just starts barrel up.
Cookie's gonna be enthralled by the excitement of Patches, and he likes to sing when he's baking bread, like his own little mousey singing, like, and it'd be like, "Packages, come and get your packages." He's just gonna be happy, loud singing that out.
All right, you filthy landlubbers, your mail is here.
Don't use that language.
Chester will grab the one for coal of thistledown and set it aside. It's not going to get passed out initially.
Cookie's gonna be lifting out other stuff out of the bag and setting it in like little piles and getting ready to hand it out.
Yeah, you do. How, just out of curiosity, how do you do it by name? Do you do it by size? How are you arranging these?
Cookie's arranging it by name.
Okay, so it's alphabetical.
Yep, by name.
Okay. I should remind you guys that you are in the GM phase because you guys spent all your checks.
We did.
Okay.
So this is when things get interesting again.
Okay.
Um,
I'm just yelling out for all these landlubbers to get their mail.
and at some point the mayor comes out from their building because they can hear the bells right out front.
Mhm.
And she's like, "Oh, the mayor's here. That's excellent. We hadn't heard anything from. Are you from Wildseed?" Kind of looks at your badges, which would have the insignia of Wildseed on it.
Oh, yes, there's a tree down. We've had to blaze a new trail. I have maps. I'll make copies for your residents.
Excellent, because we have some shipments of grain that need to get down there. It's good to know.
Do you need us to take them back?
Oh no. It's more of a it's their regular trade. There's like carts and
The
stuff.
trade cycle.
Yeah.
About that, this particular trail currently is not going to be the best for carts, unfortunately. The tree crossed a point where there really was the only way to get through that area, so it's more of a footpath trail at this point until some work can be done or we go through the tree.
Ah, yes. I'm sure Wildseed is already working on that. They have the laborers with them. That because Wildseed is like a farming community, so they're probably much more situated. Like they're set up better for that.
What kind of a community is this
Have
about
some timber cutting mice.
compared?
Thistledown actually has quite a few mice from Spruce Took, which got overrun by the poppies, and actually has a fairly. They've taken on sort of a scientific hub,
Okay.
sort of quality to it. Speaking of which, Cookie, at one point, you see a very tiny mouse, extra tiny, with big old glasses on. It's like, "Excuse me, sir."
Yes. He just kind of bends over, his big size, like yes, and jolly.
Do you have a package for coal?
Coal. And Cookie is going to very methodically shuffle over to the pile, his little apron swinging, and coal. He's like looking through the lines of packages going through until he tries and finds the name coal. Is there a package for coal? Is there anything for coal? My stack.
Chester has it.
Chester took it, I do believe.
Yes.
Well, that's what I mean, though, is Cookie wouldn't see that.
Right.
I mean, he didn't know that Chester took a coal. I wouldn't think unless he said it. But coal. I don't see a coal here, as he says it out loud.
Oh,
Cookie, you're looking consternated. Are you missing something? Did we lose a package?
I guess this fine young mouse here, is it young or just average age, just tiny?
You're not sure.
This fine mouse here is Cole, and I don't have any packages for him, I'm afraid.
Oh, that's
do we-
because I have
we get all
Cole's.
the... Oh,
I have Cole's package. Would you send Cole over, please?
yes. Here, Cole. Here. He's gonna usher Cole over towards Chester. Cookie having a minor panic attack because he thought that they left it on the road back there. They're like, oh no, we forgot a package.
Chester's holding the package in front of him for Cole and waiting for the mouse to come over.
Oh, Cole kind of, scurries on over there.
Hello, Cole.
Yes, you have my package.
Do you know what's in this package?
Yes,
What would it be?
science.
No, it wasn't science. It was deadly poppy seeds that nearly knocked out our friendly patches right here, and I had to be very careful with it. What are you doing transporting poppy seeds?
We sound like we're interrogating a drug dealer.
Yes, this is.
What do you do with these poppy seeds? Eh?
Should I inform the mayor?
Oh, you.
Oh, I should. I like that look. That means call the mayor.
You can't tell the mayor because this is the first. I'm gonna make a check here. He's trying to convince you not to do that.
Okay.
Suspicious, Chester. Suspicious.
Chester's a good law mouse.
In any verses, because this isn't a conflict, but like a conflict, we still establish goals.
Mm-hmm.
So what is your goal in this conversation?
Chester's goal is to try and understand why such a dangerous material was being transported through the mail. In his mind, this could be the very reason why the poppy spread is happening. People unknowingly sending these things. If this box had been opened like it was and spilled out, then you have another poppy infestation growing in the middle of a protected area. It could be very dangerous. And so he's very concerned for the safety of Mousedom.
So it sounds like you are going straight persuasion.
Information gathering?
Yeah, you're saying, here are the logical reasons why you should tell me this. Right?
Yes.
That's a persuasion.
Okay.
He's trying to manipulate you into not telling anybody anything, that he would like his package, that you have no right to know what's inside the package.
Squirrel ripped it. It was terrible. We had to make sure it was safe.
Like, why are you looking at my you don't need to know what's in there. I just need it to do science.
We already know what's in there, and that's why I need to know why.
And we're gonna roll some dice.
Okay.
Since none of your friends are currently in the scene, because Cookie's delivering mail and Patches is out with the bell.
I'm like a Santa Claus mousey. I'm giving puppies to everybody.
His belly jiggled like a bowl full of jelly.
Yeah.
Here's it.
Are you doing it just out of curiosity? Are you like waiting for people to come up and say, "What's your name?" and then give them their mail?
Oh, he's calling out. He's happy.
Are you being like, "Abigail, your mail is here"?
Amber seed here. Yes, he's jolly about it and just giving out packages. He's enjoying this.
All right. Okay.
I'm ringing the bell so much as I run through the streets. People would have to be deaf to not know that their mail is here.
All right. So, Chester.
Yes.
Are you ready to roll some dice? We're back in the GM phase, so you can spend dice for or against, or you can spend traits for or against yourself.
Okay.
Specifically in versus tests, you can gain 2 checks by giving me 2 additional dice.
Oh.
Or you can take 1 away from you and gain 1 check.
Okay.
You cannot do both.
All right.
Yeah, that should be under ways to earn checks. Additionally, we should mention this in the future. You can also break ties in your opponent's favor and gain 2 additional checks. And that can be in addition to giving me additional dice or taking dice away from you.
I'm going to give you 2 dice.
All right.
I'm going to give you 2 dice for 2. I gotta make that change there. I'm also going to use old fur to support my persuasion.
You do have to call on a check to still.
Okay. You said we're using persuasion.
Mhm.
Okay, so I can't use old fur to support that.
You can't. No, you also need to use one against you for giving me dice. Like,
Oh, okay. So giving you dice means I have to take one away from me as well.
No. But you still have to tell me which
trait
of your
you're
traits
hitting
works
against.
toward.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Why they
okay.
get an advantage.
Oh, well, then that trait I'll use old fur for it to give you advantage because I'm just grumpily suspicious of everyone and I just don't. He's a young mouse and I'm an old mouse. I don't trust him anyway.
You have suspicious, so that makes even more sense.
Mm-hmm.
But I've already used that once.
You can use a trait against yourself as many times as you want.
Oh, okay. Well, then I'll use suspicious.
Against you. And old fur towards you?
You are wise in your ways.
Yes. Yeah, that sounds fine. This is straight. Okay, so
Yeah. It's a little weird once you start like comboing things.
okay, so yeah, I'll use suspicious against because I'm suspicious of everyone, whether or not he looks like a very, very friendly, fine mouse. I'm just suspicious of everyone, and it goes against my better judgment. But I use old fur for me because I've been around, I've seen things, and I know the danger of the poppies.
Mm-hmm. All right. So I get 5 mice or 5 dice, not
Okay.
mice. Because I had 3 initially, and then you gave me 2.
Right.
What are you
And-
at?
And I get 3.
All right.
So
Are you at Persuader 2?
yes, Persuader 2.
Okay. Roll some dice.
Oh, I'm in trouble.
I got 4.
I got 2.
All right. So he manages to convince you that you should not tell the mayor, or anyone else for that matter, because what he is doing is top secret. In that you could technically get you could technically get in really big trouble for even knowing that we have this.
I know you science mice have your ways about you. You have to understand as an old fur, I have to be sure that so much has changed with the poppies and it's a dangerous thing and you're so young.
Top, like pushes glasses up. Secret.
And then he just leans down. I'll still keep my eye on you.
I'll keep my eye on you, Mr. Pokes your badge. Ranger.
If there's any poppy outbreaks anywhere nearby, or if I hear of any people falling asleep for no particular reason, I'll find you, top secret or not.
If either of those things happen, it was honestly a mistake, because that's not what we're trying to do. We're trying to do the exact opposite. But thank you, goodbye. Takes the package and leaves.
No, I love the energy of the young.
And I'm like,
Bells here with blubber mice.
you can mark a fail, by the way, on your persuasion.
I already did.
Down to like the P's, working on the O's.
All right, so it because you guys got there probably like late afternoon. It's probably the sun's starting to set, and you guys hand out. You didn't get all the mail out. Not everyone came to pick it up, but you have a much smaller stack of letters. All the packages were taken, but it's just the letters that were not.
I made like 3 rounds around the town running full speed, ringing the bell.
And the mayor kind of comes out and it's like, I'll go and take those and put them in storage.
Okay. Put the bell down.
Good job, Patches.
Well, thank you.
That was the most energetic bell ringing I've seen in some time.
And I think it delivered the mail in probably record time.
People gotta know. It's my job to let them.
You definitely got some very angry, like, did they already pass by twice? Like they're just.
Get some free looks.
Gotta make sure they know. Maybe they were busy. They forgot the first 2 times, so I went 3 times around just to make sure.
Well, now that we've delivered the mail, let's see. Cookie would
Probably
probably
to the ranger station.
probably look to the
Yeah!
group and be like, so would we like to go check in with the Rangers and
Yeah, let's do it.
see if maybe they have any treats for us, or maybe some beds for later tonight in case we have to
I
stay.
wouldn't call ranger meals treats, but
No,
it's
no,
food.
no, nonsense. Come on. He's gonna start pushing.
Fine, Cookie. Come along, Patches.
All right, let's go.
Cookie is gonna specifically head, or want to head towards the ranger station to see if they had any special local delicacies either on the way or at the place. If there's like any street vendors, anything his nose can catch on the way down.
It's a little late for that.
Mm.
Typically, your baker mice would do that sort of stuff in the morning.
Mhm.
It's more of a morning, fresh baked bread and all that sort of thing. So that might be something better to do after you check in with the Rangers.
Okay.
And
Wheels turning.
checking with the Rangers is always a good idea. One, you can like stamp in. Basically, like, we have been here. Like, we have patrolled the road from A to B. It is currently safe. Now that's so people can, if they're planning a journey, can check in to see when the last patrol was, basically, and like, oh, okay, so there was a patrol that went through a day ago, so the road's probably clear.
And we should go and do that, but also give them the update and the new map.
Correct.
Yeah.
Yeah. So the Rangers are typically your first and like last stop in any town. You check in when you get there. You check out when you leave.
Mhm.
Cool. Good system.
Yeah.
I
Okay.
just burst through the door. Hello, Rangers.
There's a really old, tired mouse sitting behind the counter, just like, Sprouts.
Cookie's gonna shuffle in behind Patches and put a big smile on the face and be like, "Hello, sir. How are you doing this fine evening?"
All right. Wasn't expecting a quiet shift, but
Well,
always the case.
well, gotta do our job, and we're checking in with you as the last bit for today. We delivered some mail. We just came in from Wild Seed, and the roads are a little funky. And
Blazed a trail. There's a
come in
bunch of
here,
red
Chester.
flags.
Yes, I foraged a bit, and Cookie stands proudly with a little bit of dirt and grime on his smock from foraging the night before for stuff. He's just really happy.
Chester
yeah.
comes in and kind of like just acknowledges the experience of the mouse behind the desk. Just like,
A fellow Grumpalumpagus.
it's everything you imagined it was. But we have a map. It's fine.
Looking at this mouse, you actually get you've probably met them before if you've been in this town.
Nope.
And they're actually an ex-guard mouse.
Okay.
Oh.
Like they're an old gray fur who
He's
probably
salty.
seen quite a bit. But as he kind of gets up and as he's walking behind the counter, you can hear the peg leg
Nice.
of this mouse.
As soon as I see the peg leg, I'm like, this guy was a pirate. And he immediately gets like all of Patches' respect. She's just
It's like peg leg. You can see a big chunk of his ear is missing.
Now, do mice speak of such things to each other? Is it kind of an unwritten thing between like the Rangers group or whatnot? If you see a fellow wounded veteran mouse, you're just like, "Good on you, man. Don't say anything about it." It's just like, "Yep, cool." Or does it really matter?
I think if you are in a situation where you're specifically telling stories, it's fine. Yeah. But you are currently in like business mode where you're checking in, checking out.
Mhm.
Okay.
This is not the time that you would ask about that sort of thing.
Okay, figured.
Oh, Patches is just waiting for the time to ask. Her eyes are huge with like little stars in them. She's just enamored now that he has a peg leg and like a torn ear.
Then as Pegleg Soldier is heading around, I guess, to the counter to where the book would be, or whatever it is that they stamp in on, Cookie will move forward to do the same thing and just be like, "All right, let's get this done,"
You would, gosh, I haven't actually like figured out everything about the Rangers. Like, I just made up that whole thing about checking in, checking out.
Yeah.
Do you think signing would be more fun, or like a wax signet kind of
I
stamp?
think the wax signet sounds classy and kind of cool.
Okay.
You know, like maybe the mice, maybe your ranger symbol of Wildwood can be used as a stamp. You know, like you
Oh
can stamp
yeah.
I like that.
I like that a
The-
lot.
down. You
The
know?
actual badge is the signet.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
Okay. So yeah, you just Wild Seed came
Badge
in.
in, badge out. You know. Okay, yeah, he'll do that.
So there's like a little there's a candle there of beeswax that has been dyed red.
Okay.
You kind of in the pool underneath it. You can kind of dip your badge in and stamp it in.
Sweet. Cookie will do that. And then would you, I don't know if he'd motion the rest of the group to do the same or if one works. Whatever you want for that. But like everybody, come stamp.
Patches. Right name. Stamp.
You only need the one from
Cool.
Only need the one?
Yeah.
Okay.
From the leader.
Okay, perfect. Then Cookie will stamp it and be like, mission accomplished.
Wait, I haven't given the new map. I mean, you can't
Oh,
expect
yes.
the rangers to follow the trail without the map. I mean, I know we're all excited to be stamping in, but it's a daily thing. Relax.
Yeah. You could all, looks like you all could use a bit of relaxing. You look a little rough around the edges. Kind of like pulls a leaf out of your apron, Cookie.
Yeah. A little bit of tousled fur, dirt smudges, and all that stuff. Oh, quite right. Yes. Do you have anything to eat? As he's like patting his belly.
Of course, yeah, in the back. You should know all guardhouses are built exactly the same. Not guardhouses, the ranger houses.
Ranger.
Yeah.
So you know the layout of this building.
Nice.
Like you always know the layout of the ranger house. They're all exactly the same.
Well, not to brag, but I happen to be a bit of a cook. I shall get some food going. He's kind of boop, 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 boop. Head back.
There's some really basic stew. It's like basic stew.
Okay, he goes over like, oh, this needs a little doctoring. He's gonna look around for some other stuff to like add
Doctor
into
it up.
it. Doctor it up a little bit.
We're gonna make this. I'm gonna make this a team check. So, this is sort of the idea of it is your goal in this specific check is to either gain the respect of or let the people around you sort of open up the other rangers in the house.
Like she wants to hear some stories. Patches is down.
This is a check to see how you are perceived by the rangers of Thistledown.
Okay.
So each of you, so this means none of you can help each other.
Okay.
How are you sort of settling in? How are you doing anything to help? Are you doing anything useful, I guess?
Cookie will start cooking in the kitchen some more nice spices and flavorings for the stock that's going, but he's also going to tidy up the kitchen if it needs tidying up. He's going to clean stuff, put stuff away, do the dishes, set the table with tablewares and other things like that. Maybe even light a little lantern and have it on the table. You know, make it presentable and nice, and just tidy and get food going.
I'm gonna have you make a resources check.
Okay.
It's going to be a task 1.
Okay.
Or if you get a task 3, you find some really good spices.
Ooh, some really good spices. Okay.
So it tears up, right? Like 1 is everyone's gonna like, oh yeah, this is good stew. But if you get the 3, the people are like, this might be the best stew I've ever had.
Because I'm a cook, can I spend a persona point on this roll to make it like extra high chance?
You can always spend a persona point to add a dice.
Okay, that's okay. So I can add it to the roll. Okay.
Yeah.
Then I will do that just to try it out because I haven't done that yet. So
Yeah.
I have a 4 for resources. That makes it a 5.
Yes.
Nice.
And you need a 1 or a 3.
Hopefully I get a 3, but now I've jinxed myself, so we'll see. Oh, 1.
You got the 1. I'm assuming you don't have a fate.
I do actually.
So, because you rolled an axe, axes, if you spend a fate, explode. So you could re-roll that 1 dice,
And see what you get.
and if you get another axe, it would explode again. So you have
Good
you would still
combo.
have you could combo it into 3. But
I
it's
think
very
more-
unlikely.
I think I've already botched this stew enough as it is. So I'll just...
No, it's fine. No, this
It's good now.
this isn't botching the stew. This is getting the spices.
Okay.
This is what spices you had available to you in a limited amount of time.
Okay, I'll leave it as I have it then.
Okay,
Just accept
yeah.
it.
People are like the other, because there's not too many rangers. Like in your ranger house in Wildseed, there's only 5 of you. You're 3 of those 5.
Okay.
The other 2 are your expert and your heavy, which were the 2 roles you guys didn't pick. So those 2 people still exist.
Okay.
And that's typically how rangers work, is usually groups of 5 and people, but because you're always moving around, those 5 people aren't always in the same spot.
Got it.
Like today you have, or in this place you have the vet, right, who is sitting behind the counter. There are 2 other rangers here, but they're from another town.
Got it.
But this just in general, just kind of like you're gaining that appreciation, right? Okay, this is a good mouse to be around. You're raising your rep with the rangers.
Okay.
So yeah, no, it's you make this a not unpleasant experience. Sometimes eating stew at the ranger house is not great. Sometimes you're like, oh, I'm gonna eat this, but it's basically just wet cardboard.
Oh, it's the gruel again. Oh.
Yeah, it's a ranger paste.
This is now ranger paste with allspice.
Which makes it a little bit better.
Yeah, a little bit, and heavy salt.
Yeah, you also find a morsel of honey, and you kind of put that in there, sweeten it up a little bit. All right. How about Chester or Patches? Any ideas on things you're doing this evening?
Chester would be updating this ranger office's maps for the new path that they trailblazed. That would be his big thing. He's cartographer on the brain.
Making copies.
Yeah, you're making copies.
Making copies, updating making sure, going through their maps, making sure that they've all been updated to the most current amount, the most current versions that he knows of. Yeah.
Give me a cartographer.
Okay.
I'm gonna make this a 2 base, 3 super.
Okay. Nope.
It's not that you don't want to, or that you don't have the physical ability to. It's that they are so out of date. These maps are so bad.
I don't know where to start. It's like every time he goes to oh my god, that's last year's map. The topography is even not correct.
You managed to do this. But you get a hunger. Like you skip a meal on accident trying to fix these maps.
Okay. Hungry, thirsty?
Yeah, you're hungry, thirsty.
Okay.
But you managed to update them, and people are very appreciative. They're like, oh, hey, new map. Like the out-of-town rangers are like, that's right. We went through there, and that map was awful.
It's my thing, but these are terrible. I'm not sure how they got to this point, but they're updated. It's been a bit of work, but
you know what it is? It's probably the take a map, leave a map. They've been leaving all their old maps here.
Oh, I hate that program. I've been trying to institute one where we just get a good standard set of maps for everyone, but no one's listening to me on that point, and my friend Alistair keeps telling me I should work on it more and just really talk to the right mayors, but no one's really paying attention. No one ever pays attention to the guard or the rangers until it's too late.
Yeah, that's yeah. They're like, yeah, no, that's exactly it. Yeah.
He just mumbles to himself, not even remembering dinner.
All right. So Patches, she wants to impress this guy with the peg leg, because obvious pirate.
Obviously.
Obvious pirate. And so she's gonna go out. Like, she could clean around the place. I mean, adults do that all the time anyways. And you know, this guy's really old, so maybe he doesn't get out as much. So she's gonna try to go harvest some tasty, like, things for dessert or something. She's gonna try to get some, you know, replenish the stocks in the kitchen in town.
My question is,
Yes.
are you harvesting in town or are you harvesting outside of town?
Outside of town.
Okay.
If it was in town, they'd have it already.
By harvesting in town, I mean theft.
Oh! No, she'll harvest outside of town.
Okay.
She had bad luck with that package. She don't want to push her lucks again.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna give you the same deal. 2 or 3. Two's kind of a base.
Okay. And it's dark outside, but I'm gonna say she's fearless. And so she ain't
Using this for
afraid
you?
to go. Yeah, she ain't afraid to go outside after dark, outside
Okay.
of town by herself to harvest some things.
I mean, do you also want to use Lost against yourself?
Yeah, let's do it.
So that those would even out.
Perfect. I
And
get a
you'll earn
little
a check.
lost. All right, and so
We
harvest.
don't know if you lost.
Yeah, but I don't know it. So.
Well, we don't know until it only really applies if you fail.
Well, that's true. Okay, so let's see. All right. 1.
Do you have
I do have a fate. I'm gonna explode it.
explode it?
She really wants to impress this mouse.
Yeah,
Yes, got 2.
that's the 2. Let's see what's in this general area. I'm just trying to think of things. You know what you find? Very strange. You actually find some barley. Which is not, to your knowledge, something that grows around this area, but you found, like, it's a little, like, it's a field, but not quite a field. It's very strange because it's in a perfect circle. Just this, like, tuft of barley out in the wild. Almost like someone put it there. But but there's no, like, foot traffic or anything. It's a very strange little tuft of barley. It's very curious, but you found it.
Yeah, well, I'm taking it.
You take it.
Yeah.
You got a bag of barley.
Yes. I go back to town. I get turned around a little bit. Oh, there it is. All right, and I
Yeah.
go.
That was the fate. Was you like, oh, I forgot how to get back to town. Oh no! Wait, I remembered.
Yeah. It's like, hold up. Spun around a
I
lot
chose
looking
the
at this
right
barley.
direction. All right. You bring back this barley and
Boom.
people are like, hey, barley.
That's barley.
And the old gray whisker's like, you know, you can make it from barley.
Cookie like pokes his head in the room.
Hey,
Did I? No, I can't. Okay.
no. He's like, no, this is the mouse. This is by the way, I gave him a name. His name's Angus.
Angus. Okay. Awesome. Write that down.
Angus the
Angus.
vet. He's like, no, I got a plan for this one.
Well.
You and me?
Yeah.
You and me? We can make something. We can make something good.
Okay.
And
Let's do it.
he's gonna basically start preparing this for a brew.
Yeah, I was gonna say mouse beer. Captain Blue Whiskers loves it, so I'm assuming it's a pirate thing.
And he kind of like, you know, he's having you help him.
Mm-hmm.
And
Oh, enthusiastically helping.
yeah. And this is kind of the moment where like it's not impolite to ask somebody
Mm-hmm.
if you have a question for him.
So, how'd you get your peg leg? It's so cool.
Let me tell you. There I was.
Yeah.
Middle of winter.
Ooh.
Freezing cold.
Yeah.
Had my cloak, big old wool cloak, sitting there, my axe, cold, freezing, numbing my fingers. You've seen an axe in this room. It's like
Yeah,
hanging.
she's like, wow, that's a big axe.
It's big and it's beat up.
Nice. She's super impressed.
There was, you know, trying to complete the job, trying to complete the mission. Forget what that was. It was real cold. And out of nowhere came hopping this fox. boop that thing snoot so hard, but kind of like makes an axe motion when he says that. And it reared back, and I went flipping around, and it caught me midair.
No.
And started shaking, and I was holding on to the axe because I could grab onto it again. And then I finally pull myself free, but then I find out my leg was gone.
Wow.
I still fought that thing.
Yeah, you did. And I'll give him a big high five.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But you should know, if you ever find a one-eyed fox out there,
That was you.
it's me.
Patches is just gonna have dreams of fighting foxes that night. And getting an eye patch and a peg leg.
Yeah, it's a one-legged mouse fighting a one-eyed fox.
Yeah. She's super
The fox is-
impressed. Hanging on his every word as she helps him make this brew.
Yeah. The brew's obviously not ready tonight, so
Yeah.
no one gets to taste the brew. But I think so. You make sure you mark your check because we're still
Harvester. Bink. Cool.
we'll be starting the next session in the GM phase, I think.
Okay.
Just like the catch end of it.
Yeah.
But I'm considering wrapping it up here because this is a really nice spot before we jump back into like serious actiony stuff, and there is end of game stuff we need to talk through.
Okay.
Okay.
If everyone's cool with that.
Yeah.
Oh,
We'll
yeah.
have a nice
Yeah.
mousy dinner. Make a good impression on the Rangers mice here.
Yeah,
Well,
neat.
some of us have nice mousy dinners.
So. And Patches now dreams of having a peg leg. She's got her earring, her one earring.
Be so motivated for that thing. Next episode, you're gonna be working on the earring, then the one after that, the leg.
I already got my earring.
Yeah, true.
You gotta earn your peg leg. You can't just go out and get one.
You shouldn't just go off and get one.
Because I was going to, but then Captain Blue Whiskers stopped me. He said, no, you gotta earn that peg leg. Like Angus did. He fought a fox. It's very cool. He snoot booped and everything. Gosh, I can't wait till I boop a snoot. One day.
You had a chance. I mean, there was the squirrel.
Yeah, well, he was really fast, and I didn't expect. I've never really had any dealings with squirrels before, and I wasn't expecting him to be that
You're pretty
fast.
fast too, though. I mean, you
Thanks.
move quick,
I do.
even when you're not supposed to.
I try. You gotta stay on your feet. Be ready for anything. 'Cause there's always adventure. You gotta find it. You gotta be ready for it. You don't want adventure to sneak up on you. You want to sneak up on it.
So,
Of
Quickly.
course.
Yeah.
Yes.
Mhm.
Oh, all right. I'll
ahead.
get back to my maps now.
Okay.
It's all the adventure I need.
I'll take whatever adventure you don't want. I
Okay.
don't mind extra.
I will pass it along to you
Okay.
then.
I am, for the life of me. So, the only bad thing about the MouseGuard RPG is the book isn't laid out terribly well. I'm trying to find the end of game, like, stuff you go through.
It's all good.
Because as much as I enjoy this game, every time I play it, it's like there's months in between the times I play it.
Yeah. It's okay.
There it is.
Patches can ramble. It's a gift she has. I think
Patches would
she'd
probably
totally show off her hook to Angus, be like, "This is my weapon."
You'd be really good at showing off and entertaining.
Yeah. She'll get real good at telling tall tales. At some
This
point.
ranks in order.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so what we need to do is we need to go through each player's bigs. I like to do them like we'll all do beliefs at the same time, then we'll all do
Okay.
everything. And I like to start with beliefs. So let's go in order of the mice that are currently on the board. So let's start with Patches. Patches, belief.
Adventure is out there.
Did you find some of that out there adventure?
I did.
All right.
I definitely had adventure. I opened some mail, chased a squirrel. Adventure was had.
I believe that gives you a fate point.
Ooh, yeah, it says playing a belief earns a fate point.
Excellent.
Yay, got fate point back.
What about you, Chester?
The best paths are those we haven't walked yet.
Hey.
Was the one you hadn't walked yet a good path?
No. No, it wasn't. I mean, it's a good. I mean, it's good for mice, but not carts. So it really wasn't the best path.
I'm gonna give that to you though, because you played to that belief, right? You were forging a new path. You were playing the role of
Trailblazer.
the trailblazer.
Okay.
And Cookie.
Nobody should ever be hungry.
Is anyone currently hungry?
As far as I know, no. I'm feeding the rangers. I
Chester's
fed the group.
hungry.
Chester was hungry.
Chester's
You didn't come
hungry.
check on him when he was doing his map.
No, but you did feed everybody when they were earlier, so you would definitely get that.
Yeah, you harvested and food on the
Sorry,
trail.
Cookie.
How could you break my little cookie heart?
I didn't want to be hungry. These maps, they must be remapped.
I'd totally bring you some stew.
I think you did, but he just didn't eat it. He forgot.
It's just sitting there
it's
cold
just sitting there
now.
cold.
My heart, my cooking heart.
Make sure you give yourself
They
your
didn't
fate
eat my
point.
cookie. Cookies like that mom that's like, eat, you're so thin.
Did I find it? Did I find the thing I need to find? Nope. Still looking.
It's all good.
All right, let's move on to instincts. Start with Patches.
Yeah, alright. So my instinct is never run away from an exciting moment.
Did you never run away?
No, I ran towards it. I heard a giggle and I was like, phew.
All right. So I believe, do you get fate for that as well, or is that a?
Playing
okay.
instinct earns a fate point.
Is that on the
It says
actual character?
underneath, yeah.
Character sheet and fine
And
print.
accomplishing a goal earns a persona point. Fate point, persona point. It's in the fine print underneath.
Oh gosh, yeah.
It's very tiny.
Okay. Yeah, it doesn't have the rest of the end stuff though. So, all right. Yep. Another fate point.
Yay!
Chester.
I never stray from the trail.
Aww.
But this time, there wasn't really a trail to stray from.
You were making the trail.
Right. So you can't stray from that which you're making.
I will.
We did chase the squirrel though, so I think he did stray. He
But-
went after the mail.
I think because you could look at things literally, and you can always look at things philosophically, right?
Mm-hmm.
Did you stray from your mission?
No. We delivered the
Right.
mail, and we made a trail.
Yeah, those were your two missions. Those are the two things that was your trail, right? That was the thing that you were supposed to stay on, and you never deviated from that.
We did stay on mission.
We did.
I would give it to you.
Okay.
And I'm being very nice today because again, this is the first day. I will not be this forgiving it. Like I
Ready
won't
for
be
next
this
week.
That's fair.
I will make you bargain for these. All right, and Cookie.
I always have to sample new foods and drinks, which I don't think he sampled anything new. I mean, unless you consider the stew new.
The local
But
flavor.
I have a funny feeling, though, that most of that stuff, though, would be stuff that you would normally
You
encounter.
did make new rosemary crackers from things you foraged.
True,
You
but
You
I don't
ate
know if he
burnt
would have always.
crackers.
You
which
ate burnt
usually-
crackers. That's the new flavor.
Yeah, yes, yeah. That's up to you, Ethan. Whatever you think, game mouster.
I'm willing to give it to you for today.
For
For
today.
Next
Today.
time.
Next time, though, that better be some brand new stuff.
Yeah.
Better be and my souffle.
All right, and now goals. Goals are a little better. So if you think you worked towards your goal, you gain a fate. If you think you completed your goal, you gain a persona.
Well, I completed my goal. I snooped through that mail.
You sure did. So you gain a persona point. You don't gain both. You gain one or the other.
Yeah, no, that's totally cool. I'll take my persona point for that mail snooping.
Mail snooping.
Yeah. Everyone said such wholesome goals, and I was like, I'm gonna snoop through that mail.
Sometimes it's the most fun, though.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Boy, did I pick the wrong package, though.
Or did you?
That's true.
Dun dun dun.
You should have looked at the rest of those packages.
Oh,
There's some
man.
good stuff in them.
Oh,
She was out cold.
I was out. I just fell asleep.
All right. Chester,
Make the best map to Thistledown as possible.
you did make a good enough map.
It worked. As best as possible. You know,
Yeah.
it wasn't easy.
No.
Squirrel invasion is, difficult to handle.
Makes things hard.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I think you would get the persona for that.
Okay.
Why is this book so bad? All right. And Cookie.
See the mail delivered, and we delivered that mail.
Yeah, we
You
did.
sure delivered that mail
I didn't
personally and
Deliver,
individually?
hand deliver. Yeah.
Santa Claus of mail.
Leave out some milk and cookies.
I'm Santa
I found-
Mouse.
I found it.
Yay!
Mouse Claus.
Mouse claws.
It's under what we fight for. Okay. All right. So, the last thing that we do is we need to award MVP, workhorse, and embodiment. MVP is the most valuable mouse.
MVM, most valuable mouse.
The MVP award goes to the player who made the most crucial contribution so that the patrol can complete its mission. The group as a whole decides who gets the persona point for being MVP. So who had the most important skill for the mission?
I'm thinking Chester, because without him, we would have been lost in the woods and we wouldn't have placed the
Been
trail.
So lost.
We'd probably be dead in the woods.
I was thinking Cookie. Cookie was the heart and soul of the crew.
That will come up.
Okay.
So it sounds like you are MVP.
Okay.
Chester was MVP.
Yay.
Persona point.
Worked horse is sometimes one player carries the group through a lot of tough stuff. His character has all the right skills and he makes all the rolls to keep things moving. The workhorse award is for him. Then and you get a persona point for it. You cannot be both MVP and workhorse.
Okay, so it'd be Cookie or Patches.
I'd say Cookie. You did the cooking. You fought that squirrel real good.
But you did the hooking of the mail and bringing it in, and then the ringing of the bell.
Yeah, but you passed out the mail. I think Cookie
Okay.
is. Cookie's
I think
the man.
Cookie was the workhorse here. Patches did a little bit of slacking off. With
A lot
certain
of sleeping.
things. A lot of
You
sleeping.
carried that mail
You
and
did.
then you delivered it.
Okay.
And you got it back from the squirrel because you were the one who did that big hit to the squirrel.
But it wouldn't have been successful without you guys. on
Yeah,
that.
you swept the legs, man.
But you were the plan. It was your plan
Uh-huh.
to confront the squirrel.
Confront the squirrel. Okay. So do I get a
You get a
persona?
persona for that.
Persona.
Does MPP get one or?
Yep.
Yes.
Okay, persona. All right.
Yes. And then embodiment. This reward is for the player who best embodied his or her character's conditions during the game.
That's just
Patches.
not even a question.
So
Patches.
sleepy.
Patches.
Were they convincingly hungry, angry, or tired? It's also for the player who used their character traits in a compelling manner, both for and against.
I'd say Patches.
Still patches.
This award can be awarded to more than one player, but not every player. So you can give this to one or two people if you feel.
Patches and Cookie.
Well, I don't know. I still
You don't
don't
have to.
patches for that, but yeah.
Oh no,
You can
Cookie,
say
come
patch.
on. You were the happy baker all the way along. You got so upset when
Until
you
I got angry when I burnt the cookies.
Exactly.
Or crackers.
You
And
embodied
Patches-
that
Yeah,
anger.
that was one of your conditions. So yeah.
Yeah,
Mhm.
I think both of you guys deserve it.
I'm okay with that. I'd say I was very sleepy, and Cookie was very angry
Mm-hmm.
and hungry for a bit.
All right, so you guys both get a persona for that.
Yay.
And that was MouseGuard. How did you guys enjoy it?
That was fun.
That was
Yes.
cool. Definitely different than what I thought it would be for how some of the system comes together, but it's not bad. I like it. It's unique.
It's
Um,
it's one of my favorite weird. Like, it's a weird system, right?
And-
It works.
and it works, and I like the connection of you're trying to see through the eyes of a mouse, but not like, the scale of things. Think mouse terms, like raindrops, like you said, it'd be like getting hit by a water balloon.
Mhm.
Trees are gargantuan. I mean, it'd be like us standing in the redwoods.
Mhm.
It's
Mhm.
interesting.
Oh, I
like
remember
that.
standing in the
And,
redwoods.
and
Yeah.
it's fun to try and put the some of that mental perspective in for the character too, to try and come up with that, and it's very challenging.
I like the cooperative nature of the game. I
Mhm.
like that at
Yeah.
all aspects, we can work together to try and make, like Chester and Cookie running off on purpose so Patches can go play in the mail.
Yeah. I do
know,
like this game
uh,
kind of rewards that and supports that.
And I like that. I like that nature of the game.
Mhm. And
Yeah.
I like how you can help each other, and if it fails, you both suffer the condition for it. It makes a lot of sense. It's a lot of fun. And the setting is also just super neat. Like, yeah, we're tiny mice and we're doing mouse stuff, and I like it.
Doing mouse stuff.
It's fun. It's cute. It's cool.
Yeah, this is really cute, really cool. It's a neat game.
I like it. I can't wait to.
Glad you guys all enjoy it.
It's-
It's one of my life's missions to get as many people playing this game as possible.
Thank you for teaching us
Yes.
along the way, guiding us, and then setting all this up. This is awesome.
This is probably not the last time that I will be nice.
Bring it. We need to grow. Okay, we need to grow. So let's do it. This would be great.
Yeah, I can't wait to see how we progress as mice too.
Yeah.
Really
Want
excited.
to see our mouse progression?
Yes. So, super duper fun. Can't wait for more of this for our mini MouseGuard campaign.
Well, here's the question though. Over all these years, Ethan, is it mice or mices?
I say,
Hmm?
I say mice.
Mice.
Unless I'm trying to be cute, but that's very rare.
Oh, okay.
Mices?
Mice.
No, I can't do that.
Okay.
Not convincing.
I like moose.
Moose.
MouseGuard.
MouseGuard.
Oh
MouseGuard.
yeah, we're the MouseGuard.
All right, but
Sorry.
this has been super duper fun, super duper awesome, and we are finished with today's show. So we're gonna go around and see who we are, what your favorite part of the game was, and where we can find you online before we come back next week. So we're gonna just start with let's start with Chester.
I'm Deception Check. I played Chester this evening, Chester the Guide Mouse. You can find me at Deception Check on Twitch and Twitter. I am on Tuesday nights here in Lindy's channel for Mists of Ravenloft. I'm here on Fridays as well for MouseGuard, and starting next week on a short run, Call of Cthulhu on Encounter Roleplay at 2 o'clock on Tuesdays. I'm excited. My first time in Call of Cthulhu, so very excited about that as well. So yeah, my favorite part is probably just trying to corral the energy of that tender paw Patches. That was fun. That was fun. That was fun for Chester.
Excellent, excellent. Thank you very much, Chester. Let's move over to Cookie.
All right, hi, I'm Shiny Pilot 206 playing Cookie. Had a great time playing with everybody and enjoying the wacky, cool characters, and all of us kind of feeling into our parts and enjoying it, especially for our first go around. This was great. I loved it. Favorite part, I don't know. I think I like the kind of spooky strikes you as how dangerous they are part with the poppy seeds and the squirrel and the retrieving of the mail and all that stuff. I thought that was kind of cool. It's just like a stark reminder of they'll get you. You know, these poppy seeds or the poppy plants, they'll get you. You know, I kind of like that. There was something about that that just kind of hammered it home for me. So it was fun.
It's very interesting as a GM to wanting to remind people that things are dangerous without putting you in that danger immediately.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Right? Like that was like a very calculated. Like, I want them to know that these poppies are serious, but I don't want to kill them yet.
So it probably would be good to do a TPK right now.
First episode.
Yeah.
Excellent, excellent. Our lovely, fantastic game mouser.
Hello, I'm Ethan. You can find me at Super Robot Bear on Twitter. There I talk about all the stuff I'm doing, like MouseGuard, or some of my other. I'm doing a writing project called Gobs of Gobs, where you play a bunch of goblins building a society and going on adventures. It's if you like this sort of like cute and fun atmosphere, it's very similar. That's being powered by Cypher, the Cypher system. I'm not up to a whole lot else. If you want to catch, I do a podcast with my friend Lauren where we talk about, we talk to other creators and fans of actual play podcasts and streams about their favorite shows. We just talk to them for an hour and it's really fun. And if you just like people talking about things they love, go check out Too Many RPGs on Twitter or places like,
That's a fun listen, so definitely check out Too Many RPGs. And what was your favorite part of today's game?
I just liked the chemistry you guys all immediately had. Like, sometimes there's like a little like tension or like uneasiness trying to get people to play together, but you guys just like, we're in it. These are our characters, we're gonna play to them. And as a GM, that makes me happy. I'm also very appreciative that you guys like just that moment, right? 'Cause you're talking about it. That moment that you're like, oh yeah, no, this is a problem, right? With the poppies and all that sort of stuff. So I'm just glad you guys are having fun.
You did a great job corralling us and educating us at the same time, but allowing us to also create. So you did good, you know? That cat herding skills, you got it, or mouse herding skills.
Cat herding, mouse herding.
Yeah, mouse herding. Yeah.
Excellent. And then there's me. I'm Laugh Love Lindy. This is my channel. Thank you everyone so much for hanging out and watching. This is super fun. Can't wait to play the next couple weeks of MouseGuard. That's gonna be so much fun. I'm excited. I'm loving Patches. She totally got what she deserved, passing out, opening other people's mail. That's what I get for opening other people's mail, but I gotta do it. So, I don't know what my favorite part was. There's so many good parts. I really liked, I know what I liked. I liked Chester interrogating the scientist mouse, like, what you got in this package here, boy? Like, alright, son, you know this is contraband material, right? That was...
I'm waiting for it to be like, oh yeah, it's mouse opium. Okay.
I will let you know right now that is not the direction I'm going.
Okay, cool.
but that is the direction I expected you to go.
I was just like,
right? That's I wanted you to be that kind of suspicious.
Mm-hmm.
But that's not where the story's going.
Yes, I just thought it was such a great moment of they're like, it's top secret, and he's like, yeah, but this is pretty illegal, and it was so great. I loved that. That was my favorite part, was that little conflict. And the squirrel was great. But yeah, it was such a happy sounding squirrel. Too bad he stole our mail. But yeah, find me here tomorrow morning from 9:30 a.m. to 11:30 a.m. There will be Teenagers from Outer Space. Just got confirmation that the poll that was on Twitter is for what the episode's going to be about is science fair. So you want to see some crazy science fair shenanigans for 2 hours? Come check out your Saturday morning cartoons right here. Other than that, Mr. Ravenloft is here every Tuesday evening, and these episodes will all be uploaded to YouTube soon. I'm working on that backlog, so check us out there, and I hope everyone has a fantastic mousy day, and we'll all see you later.
have a mousome day. Oh.